What's up, guys? This is Ruben the Tailor from Mouth Guard Out Podcast. Guess what? We have another special guest, but like always, guys, let's do this. Let's start the intro. We'll go from there. Peace.
Step into the ring, yeah, we taught that fight life. Yeah. Mouth Guard Out Podcast where we shine that bright light. Ruben the Tailor is doing it up so clean. MMA fighters, every champ on the scene.
Julian Hicks, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thank you so much for coming in. We have Julian Hicks. What's your fighter name, brother?
Julian Hicks.
Julian Hicks. That's his JH.
It's my legal name, my fighter name. It's all the names.
It's all the name. You haven't decided to get a fighter name and nobody's given you one yet?
Nah, man. Well, people come up with fighter names for me, but I don't know, man. It just feels kind of corny and like forced. And it's got to come out natural.
It has to come out natural.
I almost feel like a commentator has to say it in a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that's how it sticks.
Got you. Like, for example, we have Nadine Too Much. One of the commentators, he was saying, man, she's too much for that girl. She's too much. And boom, it's stuck.
Yes.
So
exactly.
hell yeah, man.
Exactly.
So they might call him the Rico Suave, the good-looking guy. The good-looking guy.
No.
How tall are you, brother?
6'1", 6'2" on a good day.
On a good day, depending on the shoes you wear. Hell yeah. You know what I have? I have one of those inversion tables that you flip upside down and stretch your back.
Okay.
So a lot of times when I hang in there for like 5 minutes, I might get a couple centimeters on myself.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there. I'm 5'11", so I want to get that 5-6 foot, but I don't think I'm ever going to get
the
there.
table.
Is that what it is?
You'll get there eventually.
You know they have surgeries for that, right?
Yeah.
They break your legs and they separate them. And
if you want to be a paraplegic for the rest of your life,
yeah,
you
right.
know what I mean?
Can you imagine that? So you don't have a fighter name, man?
No.
That's okay, man. We'll get one, and then once we get his fighter name, we'll post it on the actual show.
Submit the fighter names.
Oh, that's a good question. If you guys have any suggested fighter names for Julian Hicks, make sure you post them in this actual video. This video is actually coming out middle of May. Not sure exactly what day, but I'll keep you posted. So if you guys want to give him his fighter name, by all means, go ahead and post, and maybe we'll pick it, or maybe we keep searching.
And preferably, so I've always felt like the best fighter names are the nicknames that rhyme with your name, right? Like that rhyme with the last name, because then it just flows perfectly.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any cool things that rhyme with my last name, Hicks.
Well, you got John Wick the Hicks.
You tried,
right? It's like that one movie. What is that called? The Wedding Singer, where she was going to get married and her last name was going to be Julia Gulia.
I've seen that movie a long time. I was a kid, so I don't really remember. But yeah, that sounds silly.
So the husband was going to be, his last name was Gulia, and the girl's name was Julia.
Yeah.
So they were making fun of her, saying, "Your name's going to be Julia Gulia."
But that's a good last name to go with that first name. You know what I mean? Whenever it rhymes, I think it's really dope.
Listen to that, guys. Whatever rhymes. So if you guys have a suggestion, go ahead and post it on there. Now, really quick, Julian, what gym do you train at?
Steel MMA.
Steel MMA. That's really close to here.
Yeah.
How long you been with them?
I've been with Steel for like 6 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right off of Santo Road in Santee. If you want to check it out, Steel MMA. Yeah. Who do they ask for over there if they want to thinking about joining the gym?
Like price wise?
No. As far as the point of contact.
Oh, Carl.
Carl.
You want to talk to Carl? You want to talk to Coach Hero or Alexa?
Get you.
That's who you want to talk to if you want to talk about getting signed up.
So you've been there for 6 years. Now, you just got into MMA.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
What are you coming from? Are you jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or
Muay Thai?
Muay Thai, really?
Muay Thai was my sport. Yeah.
What was your record in Muay Thai?
7-0.
Guys, you hear that? 7-0.
Okay.
And now you did the transition into MMA.
Yeah.
And now you're 2-0.
2-0.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is the transition? Well, here, let me just rephrase the question then. What made you say, you know what? I already mastered Muay Thai. Let me go into now. Really quick, is it Muay Thai or Muay Thai? What would you say? I want to ask a fighter because I'm just going off of the spelling.
I don't know. I've always said Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
I'm not like a big traditionalist on the way that you're supposed to pronounce words and do the Y crew dance.
I know,
you know
right?
what I mean? Like it's just a sport and we fight. It's Muay Thai.
Muay Thai
or Muay Thai, whatever you want to say.
I've heard it many different ways. I speak Spanish, so when you say muy, like M-U-I, that's muy.
Very Thai.
Very Thai. So I think it's very Thai, but no, it's actually Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So what was the transition? What made you say, you know what, I mastered Muay Thai and I want to go ahead and go into MMA?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't even say that I've mastered Muay Thai.
I mean, 7-0, bro. Come on, man.
Right, but
if him and I were thrown down, guess who would win? Not me.
Yeah, I'm throwing knees and elbows and stuff.
Yeah.
In Muay Thai, there's really for my weight class, 170 and above.
Okay.
There's not a lot of anything in Muay Thai for bigger guys as far as money goes, as far as clout. There's really nothing there.
Yeah.
And I want to make some money. You know what I mean? I don't want to get beat up for free forever.
Were you amateur in Muay Thai?
Amateur, yes.
Got you. And right now you're amateur in actual...
Still amateur and everything, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, and once again, I'm being ignorant here, guys. So once you go pro, that's when you start getting paid.
That's when you get paid.
But right now you got sponsors, right? That tends to help you out a little bit with travel and all that.
No, I don't have any sponsors.
I
pay everything out of my own pocket.
You just got back from Vegas.
That's right.
So all that was out of your pocket.
Well, so Tough Enough, the promotion.
Yes,
that I
Tough
fought
Enough.
for,
Tough Enough, guys.
They cover the hotel.
Well,
but I cover the travel expenses,
travel,
food, and all that stuff.
And all that. Got you, guys. This is just to show you what you have to do to go up through the ranks in fighting. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to start fighting and then I'm going to go to UFC. It's a pipe dream. No offense. I'm not a fighter. I'm not claiming to be a fighter or anything, but these are the sacrifices that you guys have to do to actually eventually get picked up from like a LFA, Bellator, and then eventually we just had Jazzy Jeff Crichton. He was on The Ultimate Fighter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So now, once again, it's just those small little steps. Everybody thinks success is like Amazon. I wish, because then I would be successful. He would be successful. But, I say success is like snail mail.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You have to write something, put a stamp on there, wait for the mailman to pick it up, and then travel, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, I like seeing you guys go up through the ranks.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had Jazzy Jeff here. He was pro, but now he's an Ultimate Fighter. And then we have David Momo Morales. I'm pretty sure you know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
He was amateur. He's now pro.
Yep.
I'm waiting for Nasty Nate, to go pro.
He's got to go pro.
Oh, my God.
It's time.
Bro.
It's time.
Oh, my God, man. He's a scrapper, bro. He's a scrapper.
But no, it really is. It really is, it's a long distance race. It's not a sprint. Because, if you think about it, I've been training for about 7 years now.
Really?
Right?
And that's just in Muay Thai.
Between Muay Thai and MMA.
Okay.
Muay Thai about 5. Well, Muay Thai 7 years, yes.
Okay.
But I started MMA about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
I started training it about 2-3 years ago. And I'm still amateur. You know what I mean? I haven't even started the professional road yet, and I've already been in the game for 7 years.
I saw your fight, bro. There's nothing amateur about your fights, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
my God. Yeah. It's a compliment, by the way. I don't know if that has to do a lot with your Muay Thai. Do you do jiu-jitsu also?
Uh-huh.
But you've never competed in jiu-jitsu.
No, I have.
Oh, have you?
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me you're like 100-0 now.
dang near. I got gold at the IBJFF.
Got it. Those are tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the white belt tournament, to be fair.
Yeah.
So if you're a black belt, don't call me out.
Yeah. I'm gonna meet you in the ring, in the cage.
Yeah, right.
Cage or ring? It's like one of those soup bowls.
For the jiu-jitsu stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big mat. And
it's like
sometimes it's like raised on the edges and stuff.
Got it. So Steel MMA, you've been there for 7 years.
Just about.
And then
6-ish.
6-ish. And then you just got back from Vegas for Tough Enough.
Yep.
That makes sense. And you fought Jared.
Yeah.
Jared. And how was that? How did that fight go? I saw it, but I want to tell the viewers what they... If you guys want to check it out, guys, just go on YouTube and type in Julian Hicks MMA, and you'll actually see the fight on there. Amazing fight, brother.
Thank you.
Amazing fight. And you know what's funny is, I don't know if you guys had like a press conference, but you had mentioned to one of the commentators that you were going to kick him in the face in the first 60 seconds. And guess what, guys? He delivered.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of times.
A few times.
Okay, let's rephrase that. A few times. Wow, bro. Now, I just met this guy a couple minutes ago, or not a couple of minutes, like 20 minutes ago, and he said he's recovering. And the first thing I said is, recovering from what? You're the one throwing all the shots. But he said he's recovering from himself because he beat the guy up.
So I'm pretty much all good to go now.
Yeah.
I still have a few bumps and bruises on my hands and stuff. But after the fight, my hands, I couldn't even keep my hands still. They hurt so much. My thumbs hurt like... Can I cuss on this?
Yeah, absolutely.
My thumbs hurt like a bitch. My ankle was swollen for 2-3 weeks from kicking him in the head.
Kicking him.
And the funny thing about it is, a few days after the fight, I'm all like laid up in bed, beat up. You know, my hands hurt, my body hurt.
Even though he won.
And I won.
And he won.
And so I followed, Jared, the guy that I fought. I followed him on Instagram after the fight.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm all beat up in bed. And I'm like, fuck, man, I can't train. My body's so beat up.
Yeah.
And I go to his Instagram. He just posted a story, finished training. Oh, great training session today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're the one that got beat up.
Yeah, but he was on the ground half the time, too.
I guess so.
He was laying down on the job, man. Laying down on the job. Oh, my God. What else can you tell me about yourself, man? I mean, are you from San Diego?
I'm from Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Yeah.
Were you born and raised there?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
Okay.
Born and raised in Oceanside. I lived in Texas for a couple of years.
What were you doing? I used to live in Texas. What were you doing there?
My dad's from Texas.
Army? Or was it
Navy.
Navy. Okay,
Navy,
got
yeah.
it.
My dad, was it Navy?
Well, Army's usually Air Force or Army.
What's the base? Camp Pendleton's a Marine base.
Marine
isn't it?
base. A Marine and Navy. Because that's where I was stationed at.
Crazy that I can't remember that. I could have sworn my dad was in the Navy.
Okay.
But somehow he was at Camp Pendleton, if that makes any sense.
Well, yeah, because it's both.
It is. Okay.
It's both. So most likely he was in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you were in Texas, and then now where do you get Camp Pendleton from? Because you're Oceanside, right?
Yeah.
Did you live there on the base?
No.
Okay.
No. I didn't live on the base, but I'm quite sure that's where my dad was stationed.
Got it. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah. So I got a full sister, same mom and dad that I grew up with in Oceanside.
Okay.
And then I got a half brother that lives in Texas, and then I got a half sister that lives in the Midwest.
Oh wow! So you have a big family.
Yeah, ish. We're all spread out.
The reason I say that is because I actually posted a video of him saying, "Hey, submit your questions," and everybody and their mama came out. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, "Whoa, man, this guy's popular." Everybody and their mama, including your mom too,
including my mama,
including your mama. How you doing, Mom? I was talking to her on YouTube.
That's hilarious.
Hell yeah! So yeah, we'll go into the subscriber questions later, man. Now I know you're amateur, but you said your record is 2-0, right?
That's right.
2-0. What is your aspirations as far as? Are you going to do a couple more amateur fights, or you just, let me just go pro? Because you are coming from 7-0 in Muay Thai.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I wish you can add those two together.
I know, me too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe like one or two more amateur fights. And I want to go pro at the end of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good goal to have.
Because, I'm 26, you know what I mean? I'm not like super young.
Yeah.
I'm not some 22. I mean, I'm young-ish.
I'm not super young. This guy, man.
No, but you know what I mean?
What was I doing at 26, man? I don't know.
But a lot of guys, you know what I mean? Like you can. There's guys in the UFC that are in the contender position that are my age.
Yes.
And so I gotta step on the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I want to start pro at the end of this year and start making some money from this.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What's a good promotion you want to do at?
I think Tough Enough.
Tough Enough? You like that promotion?
I like Tough Enough,
yeah.
Yeah, their production value is fucking top
Really?
tier. Oh yeah.
They're actually going to be here next month in May.
That's right.
They're here in San Diego. And I don't know if you know Angel Superman Ramirez. He's going to be fighting on that card.
Yes.
Yes, he'll be fighting on...
He's like a light heavyweight, I think. Middleweight. Bigger guy, right?
He's 165, whatever that weight class is.
Huh. Angel
Superman Ramirez. You'll see him on the podcast. He was here a couple months ago. As a matter of fact, he's right here somewhere. Angel Superman Ramirez. Right there. Angel Superman Ramirez.
There he is.
Yeah. So he's going to be fighting there, and then Kaz Egan's going to be announcing there. Cool, man. How do you know Jeff? Jeff, the
Jeff's
administrator. Well, Jeff is the guy that brings all the fighters here. So I don't know how he approaches it. Hey, you're going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Or does he ask you? I mean...
He had me in a headlock. And he was like, do the fucking podcast.
Yeah, so what was a Kimura? He had you in a Kimura. It's like, you're going to be on the podcast.
And he said he's not going to let go until I say yes.
Until you say yes. Yes. How do you know Jeff? You say he's your boy.
Yeah, so Jeff, head coach at Valiant Training Center, which is in Santee, MMA
He's the
gym.
manager of the low kick combat management sports or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Jeff likes to bring his guys to Steel MMA for Friday sparring
Cross-training.
very often.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a really good relationship going on with that gym and Jeff.
Okay.
And through that, I got to know Jeff, head coach at Valiant, so on and so forth. And then when I decided to make my transition over to MMA.
Yeah.
So Steel MMA, MMA's in the name.
Yes.
And we are an MMA gym, and we are becoming more of an MMA gym.
Yeah.
But in the past, we were primarily a striking gym.
Okay.
Muay Thai, kickboxing, and we had some jiu-jitsu on the side, but we weren't a fully fledged MMA gym.
Okay.
Right. So when I first started training MMA, we didn't even have MMA classes at Steel.
Okay.
So I went to Valiant with Jeff.
And it's not that far from Steel either.
No, it's like 8 minutes maybe.
Yeah, so on a good day.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I just went over to Valiant, and Jeff kind of, he was the one that taught me the early ropes in MMA.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
So you guys had just built
my first MMA class.
Yes.
My first MMA training class was at Valiant.
Was at
Training Center
Valiant
with Jeff.
Wow. I've never seen you there. I always go there for boxing, but
I haven't been there in a little while.
Oh, have you?
I got to get back in there.
Got it. And I say that because you were supposed to be originally here a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And then we just agreed on, you know what, we were going to be here before your debut.
Yeah.
Because we were going to debut. And I think I'm glad that we waited.
Yeah, me too.
Because, you see what I'm saying? Because now you're 2-0, and now we have a little bit, I guess,
Got
a
some
little bit more
stuff to talk about.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Jared Johnson, that's the guy's name.
Yeah.
Then you also fought Mike Montes.
Yep.
Montes.
Fucking Montez.
Fucking Montez. There you go. Holy crap.
Dude punches hard.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but you won that one. I was obviously.
I did win it. Yeah.
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 And that was at Lights Out.
That was at Lights Out. Yeah.
Did you meet Sean Merriman?
Yeah, ish. I didn't like sit down and have a conversation with him, but we dapped up.
Okay.
All that good stuff.
Good. What did you think of that promotion?
Lights Out's great too.
Is it?
Man, dude, the thing with MMA promotions is they're, at least in comparison to Muay Thai shows, they're a lot higher in production value.
Yes.
It's hard to find I don't know. I haven't been in the MMA scene for very long, but from what I've seen, it's kind of hard to find like a low production MMA promotion. Maybe like a Gladiators challenge. Well, I've heard that's not the highest of.
According to Kaz and Angel Superman Ramirez, Tijuana, because I guess they host MMA fights over there.
Yeah.
They were talking about they went to fight over there and the toilets weren't working. Yeah. They were worried about their car getting ripped off.
They got dog fights going on in the back.
Absolutely. Cockfights and shit. All right, next on stage, cockfights. And then you're sitting there, you're fighting after a cockfight or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I've every promotion that people hear about say it's a good promotion because I guess everybody wants to like step up their game. Sense?
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I remember one time, Kim, right? Jeff's wife?
Yes.
When I went to Spar Star and I walked in and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But does that really affect the amateur fight? Meaning, you say amateur.
Sure.
And I'm thinking you guys are fighting in the back alley of a bar somewhere. You see what I'm saying? But just the production value of amateur fights is just like, I thought you guys were professionals.
Right, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying about Tough Enough and Lights Out.
Yeah.
The production value is so high for even their amateur fights.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell the difference between the amateur and the pros. Unless they got on shin guards, right?
Well,
but a lot of amateurs don't even wear shin guards anymore.
You weren't wearing shin guards.
Not in my last fight.
Because it was Vegas.
That's
right. So that's a California thing.
So from my understanding, if you are an amateur MMA fighter with less than three, it's either three wins or 3 fights.
3 fights.
Okay.
In general.
With less than 3 fights, then you need to wear shin guards.
Got it.
I hate shin guards. I hope I never have to wear them again.
Yeah.
So.
But you use them in Muay Thai though.
You do well, so it's the same deal in Muay Thai. If you're an amateur Muay Thai fighter with 3 or less, then you got to wear the shin guards. So like my last 3-4 Muay Thai fights, I didn't have any shin guards on. You know
what's funny? I went to WCK yesterday.
Yeah.
And you're right. You are absolutely right. And thank you for correcting me. Is you wear the shin guards and you wear the headgear.
Right.
Yeah. So
if you have less than 3 fights.
Less than 3 fights.
Right.
And then after that, no headgear, no shin guards.
That's right.
That makes sense.
Just the elbow pads.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Elbow and whatnot,
absolutely, man. What do you like better? If you were to pick, if you were to do one specialty, and don't worry about the money, what would you do for the rest of your career? Muay Thai or MMA?
Still MMA.
It's still MMA?
Dude, MMA, it's just natural. It's primal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Muay Thai is more of a sport.
Yeah.
It's fighting. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
It's fighting for sure. But MMA is like real
You
fighting.
think it's more realistic fighting?
Oh, yeah.
Like if you were at the club and somebody started talking shit, you would do more MMA than you would Muay Thai.
Well, it depends on what you mean by if I'm at the club and someone's talking shit and we're throwing down, I'm not going to be on the ground trying to get them in Kimuras and shit. You know what I mean?
Half guard and full guard.
I'm going to be doing more boxing,
Absolutely.
if anything.
There you go. There you go. Well, it depends on the fighter or the person too talking shit.
Right,
you see what I'm saying?
But most people talking shit at the club aren't going to be trained.
They're just throwing haymakers, man. They're just trying to knock you out. But
I always tell people like if you, because people come up to me and they ask, hey man, if I want to learn self-defense, you know, should I do Muay Thai or this thing? Or I'm like, dude, box. Like if you want to learn how to protect yourself in a real life situation at the bar, at the club, you want to use your hands and you want to use them quick to eliminate the threat. You don't want to be throwing high kicks, tripping and falling. You don't want to be taking the guy down for double legs and his friends run up on you and kick you in the head. You want to be able to be quick with your hands and get up out of there.
You know what's funny too though? A lot of fighters or people that fight want to do that because they know they have like fucking 10 different cameras on them. So they want to look good for social media.
What in particular? What do you
like? For example, let's say you and I are at the club and I bump into you and we start fighting. You know, people are going to start recording. So you're like, oh, let me look good for the camera. Let me do a Kimura. Let me do a blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? Where if you and I were just walking in an alley, we would just box. Because there's not a lot of people around us.
Well, I don't know if there's not a lot of people around. Because I think running into someone one-on-one, like in an alley, is actually less of a realistic survival or self-defense scenario than being at a bar and there being a whole bunch of people around. So if I'm with somebody one-on-one in an alley and we're fighting like to the death, I guess, then I would actually employ more tactics. I would kick his leg. I would take him down. But,
really?
Yeah. But if we're at like a bar and there's people around, I don't want to be on the ground. His buddy runs up behind me and kicks me in the head.
Gets a bottle from the bar and just smacks you in the... Oh, damn.
That's why I say.
This is why I like talking to fighters, guys, because you see the stuff in the movies. You're like, okay, that's not really going to happen.
Bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I'm asking an actual fighter, what would be the best scenario or what tactic would you use? Hell yeah. What inspired you to do MMA? I know we talked about the transition. But I know you were talking about I want to get paid. But right now as amateurs, you're not. And then you don't have any sponsors or anything. But and that's probably one of the reasons why you want to go pro at the end of the year. That makes sense. Well, now, when in the end of the year?
Probably like early December.
Okay, so for Christmas time. That'll be your Christmas present.
Yeah.
What is the, I guess... And please, once again, that's why it's called mouth guard out, because I have no idea what this is. Do you just walk into the commission, to the license, and say, I want a pro license now? Or do you have to have a certain amount of fights? I have no idea.
No, it's funny because I have no idea either.
I said we both go pro. Let's go.
You know how I turn pro? I go up to my coach and I go, hey, coach, I want to go pro. And he figures it out.
Is there like a secret door? Or
I'm sorry, coach.
A bat phone where like, okay, he's ready.
Yeah, I put the signal up in the sky.
There you go, the bat signal. Hell yeah. So now, once you go pro...
I think to go pro, you do have to sign certain documents and so on and so forth, and then take certain health tests and whatnot.
But there's also more prerequisites too. Yeah,
right.
Because I've not that I know, but I've seen fighters. They're like 12-0 or 12-3, blah blah blah. I said, dude, you need to but maybe they're comfortable in their amateur space.
Oh, you mean fighters with like 12-3 in the amateur?
Yes.
Yeah, no, dude, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why guys. I mean, I understand trying to get experience.
Yeah.
And trying to be, on point before going pro, but dude, I don't think you should put so much mileage on your body. Like these guys with like 50, 60, 70 fights, it's insane to me.
Yeah.
I think, man, I mean, and it depends. I had 7 Muay Thai amateur fights beforehand. So I kind of add those on top of my MMA, and that's how much amateur experience I've had.
But you were still growing though. Right. So it was good to have that.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if you're going to go to 50-0, but I mean, obviously I'm exaggerating here.
Sure.
But
I'm going to have like 1 or 2 more in the GoPro.
Do you already have something set up? You don't have to tell the camera if you don't want to. Hey, this is top secret. Beep. Right?
No, I got nothing set up.
But
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And you have a management team, or is it your coach?
Oh, it's my coach.
So he talks to the matchmaker, and then
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Walk me through. You're my coach. Okay. I'm not even amateur, but the thing is, you come to me and say, "Hey, Ruben, I think you're ready for your first fight." Okay. How would you get me my first fight? Okay, I know there's a matchmaker.
Right.
I don't know if you know the behind the scenes of that.
As far as I know, what I would do, is
I know the right person to ask is Jeff, because he does it all the freaking time.
Jeff is the right person to ask for sure.
But just to get your
I mean, you get in contact with the matchmakers. You can usually find them on social media. If you go to these various promotions, like social media profiles, they'll have like the matchmakers' handles in the IG bio.
Got you.
Something like this.
Yeah.
And you just get in contact with them. Hey, I got a fighter. He's 0-0. He's looking to fight on this particular date.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody that?
What do you have?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like the hookup app for fighting, right?
Right. Swipe
that.
left, swipe right.
There you go, swipe. No, he's too big. No, he's too small.
Yeah,
Yep, I like that guy right there.
Yeah.
Now, would they pair me with somebody my size? Because I don't want to say my weight, but I'm less than 240 pounds. That makes sense. Or they just find something that's the same record.
That was quite a specific number you got.
I know, right?
I can infer where your weight probably is around.
Yeah, right. This one time in boot camp, I was 163 pounds. That's my weight when I graduated boot camp. This is 2000, not even 2000, 1994.
Oh.
When were you born?
98.
98. So you were 4 years old when I joined the military.
No. I wasn't even a thought. You said 94, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was 4 years in the future.
You're 4 years in the future, man. Goddamn, bro. You just made me feel old, man. And then after that, so once you set me up, then they figure out where the promotion is, or
What do you mean figure out where the promotion is?
yeah, like for example, you went to Vegas.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
where the event is.
Where the event is.
Right.
There you go. Sorry. See, I don't know the verbiage here. That's why I'm asking him.
Yeah.
So, yes, I am being ignorant, but yeah.
Well, I don't really know much of this either.
No?
You know what I mean? I kind of just asked my coach if,
You're
if I
just
can
like
fight on the
Beyonce.
stage.
You just show up and sing and perform,
You know what I mean?
and that's it. And
I
go
just
home.
show up and I get the job
Right.
done.
See, the thing is, we're the roadies, we're the managers, we're the accountants. We do everything. He just shows up like Beyonce and gets in and gets out. Hell yeah.
Well, and you know what, man? It makes
Yeah.
you realize how much work these
Yeah.
coaches put in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because
hear
I
you.
don't even think about this.
No.
And it's hard work to like matchmake, and you got
Yeah.
opponents pulling out, and you're talking to this matchmaker at this time and that
Yep.
matchmaker at that time. And man, and then think about it. Your coach is not only doing this for you,
Yeah.
he's doing this for the entire gym.
And he's doing it for free.
And he's yeah, right.
In a
Yeah.
sense, in a sense.
Right.
Because like yesterday.
Because he's only getting paid from like your subscription at the gym, technically.
Yeah, but in a sense, and I'm looking at it as a business aspect. Let's say you pay me $100 a month for my membership.
That's only for training.
That's only for
not
training.
100%.
So now once I go spend 6 hours, 12 hours, like for example, we had Tina Pettigrew. She said she went to PKB. She was there for 13 hours.
Yeah.
So now I'm not getting $100 off of you. I'm probably
Right.
getting about $20 off of you.
Well, if that,
You
you know what I
see
mean.
what
If
I'm
you do
saying?
it like a per hour type deal,
Yeah.
you're making like $7 an hour.
Yeah, you got to look at that ROI, that return on investment.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that I look at, okay, if I do this, how much am I making an hour? How much am I getting paid? Is there a profit here? Like one of the things I always say here on the show is every time I post, I lose money.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because
Sure.
after I spend 12 hours, 16 hours editing, the social media, my wife does the social media, we're not getting paid.
Right.
So we're in the hole, but eventually, we were talking about this earlier, let's say we do get monetized.
Yeah.
Well, then that's going to slowly start supplementing what we earn here. Does that
Right.
make sense? And
Right.
that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this right now to help fighters, to hopefully put you out in the internet.
Right.
Does that make sense? So when somebody types in, let's say your future opponent say, who the hell is this Julian Hicks? And then they see this podcast, they see the social media, they see this, and they're like, okay. They start looking at you more of a human rather than the
Sure.
guy that they want to kill.
Well, then also, man, you're interviewing so many different guys that
Yeah.
are kind of like in the beginning stages of their
Yeah.
career. Like one of these guys are going to make it big.
Somebody.
And their first interview is going to be with you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
people are going to find that. You know what I mean?
Well, I already got one big. That's Jeff. That makes sense. He's been around the
Yeah.
block a lot.
Yeah,
That
Jeff's
makes
been around the block
sense.
for sure.
Yeah. So the last time he was here is we were promoting low kick. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I brought him back. Eventually, I want to bring back Jeff. Eventually, I want to bring back you. I mean, I always say this. I might be turning the channel one day, and I'm like, is that freaking Julian Hicks? I had that
guy.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing.
You're
it
like,
for.
don't big time me, bro. Come on, get back on the podcast.
I need a VIP tickets, bro. I need VIP. Yeah. No, man. Hell yeah. Well, if you don't mind, man, I always like celebrating people's achievements. And
Okay.
for me, you guys that are fighting out there that put your body on the line, put your mind on the line, I appreciate that a lot. So it doesn't go unknown. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do, if you don't mind, I always say this on the show. Pellegrino sponsor the show, but what I want to do is I want to give you guys a toast. That makes sense. Eventually, maybe this will be what pays the show. Does that make sense? We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
man.
But if you don't mind, let's go ahead and crack these open.
Let's do it.
Salute. Cheers. Good luck. And thank you so much for what you do, brother.
Thank you for having me, man.
Let's put it over here. Hell yeah. You got to show the label. Got to show
There
the
it is
label.
Right there. Is it on
Absolutely,
camera?
man.
No. Here, let's do it like boom.
There it is
Pellegrino.
right there. Pellegrino, you know you're watching me. You know you're watching me. Cool, man. Now, how do you prepare? I know you were talking about earlier that you just got back, you just healed up, but how do you prepare for a fight? Your fight in Tough Enough was when? February?
March something?
March, I think it was March.
March 20 something?
Yes. Because
something like that.
Because when Jeff reached out to you to set it up, I said, Julian Hicks, isn't that the guy who was supposed to be here last time? He goes, yeah, he just got back from Vegas. So I think that was March, and then you and I started speaking again.
Yeah.
So what did you do to prepare for that fight? You know, as far as anything you want to put out there, you know, do you lose sleep? Do you train extra hard? Do you only eat carrots? I don't know. I'm being facetious here, but you know, if you could help me out.
I mean, I generally eat pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the type of guy to go to McDonald's and stuff after work. And
yeah.
So the diet stays the same for the most part. Until you start to get closer to the fight. So my diet, I'm a big believer on not changing your diets to cut weight. Like a lot of people are always like, oh, cut out the carbs and cut out this thing.
Yeah.
And but your body's already used to a certain kind of nutrients, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So I think once you start doing things like that, messing around with your diets, it can mess up with your performance because your body's just not used to it.
And that's why weight cuts are so hard for people.
Yeah,
because they train, boom, they got to drop it.
Right.
You see, I've seen the videos, you know, Islam Makhachev, Khabib, and all. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. Sorry about it. I got excited there for a second.
So my diet stays the same. It's just closer to the fight, closer to the weight cut. I just eat less of the same diet.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
As far as training goes, I mean, I train more.
Okay.
Obviously, I do more classes. And then I do some strength and conditioning and sprints and things like that that I don't do outside of camp.
Yeah.
So that's primarily what it is. You just train more than you do regularly.
Yes. Now, as far as how does that affect you? As far as mentally, physically, I don't know if you're a student or you work.
I work.
You work.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that?
It's fucking hard.
I know it is, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Because let's just say pre-fight or just when you're just training, you're not getting ready for a fight.
Yeah.
Your work comes first. We got to pay bills. We got to pay rent. We got to pay car payments, whatever the case may be. But what happens is you got to fight in a couple months or a couple weeks.
And the priorities kind of shift. Yep.
So now you have to put more training in, more of your time to get yourself ready. And I don't know, I don't want to use the word neglect, but sometimes we have to neglect work.
Well,
Unless your work's very understanding for you.
My work is understanding, thankfully.
Good. Yeah.
But so I'm in sales.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I got to hit a quota.
Ooh.
And man.
And if you don't, you don't get paid.
And if I don't, I get paid less.
Yeah.
And then if you keep missing your quota, you're gonna lose your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man, like there's a lot of stress that gets put on you, especially in camp when I got a fight coming up, and then I also got to hit this number for my job.
Shit.
It's not fun, but I make it happen. And
what do you think of? And then I'm just going off of like me, I always tell my wife, if I ever were to get to full-time boxing, I couldn't work because I want to dedicate myself 100%.
Right.
Now, what do you feel about, and no hating here, of fighters that don't have to work?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where they still live at home with their parents, or let's say their wife support them, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that, but what do you feel about that?
It's a good position to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can be a fighter and have all your bills taken care of and, food in the kitchen and whatnot, and you don't have to pay for it, that's a great position to be in. You can do 2-a-days every day. You can train as much as you need to. Mm-hmm. But it depends on what your job is.
Yeah.
Some people have like real hard 9-to-5 blue collar jobs.
Yes.
If you have that kind of job, it's going to be very hard to train at a high level and hit the top of your sport. Yeah. It does happen. Did you see the fights, the UFC fights last night?
No, I didn't hear that.
There was a guy, God, I wish I remember his name. 35 or a bantamweight.
Okay.
Is his last name Wallace?
Okay.
Whatever. This guy is a welder. And he works, if you go to his Instagram, he's always posting about his blue collar job.
Okay.
And he works 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Immediately goes to the gym, hits 3 hours in the gym, goes home, sleeps, and just does that. And he's one of those guys that works a 9 to 5 job and he makes it happen. And he just had his UFC debut last night and knocked the guy out in the first round.
Wow.
So it can work.
Can happen.
You know what I
It
mean?
can happen.
I don't have the kind of job. So with my job, make my own schedule,
yes,
quote unquote.
Yes.
So I have a lot of free time to kind of train when I need to.
That's good. So as far as we're talking about your training, you had mentioned, you eat the same, but eat less of. You see what I'm saying?
Towards the end of the camp when I'm trying to lose weight.
Do you do any like saunas and stuff like that, or?
I should. I think I should, just to get your body used to that weight cut. Because I don't very often.
You're bantam or lightweight?
I'm welterweight.
170. 170.
Bantamweight.
Oh shit! Look at that. Look at these curves.
You got all 35?
Hell yeah. I'm in my 200s. What would I be? Would I be
Well, so at your weight right now, you'd be a heavyweight.
Whoa, Mike Tyson. What's up?
But I don't know if you have a heavyweight frame. You would probably cut down to like a middleweight or something.
I'd probably have to cut like 20 pounds.
You would probably cut down maybe light heavyweight.
190 or something like that.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because if I really wanted to, like let's say I stop fight training. Yeah. Or let's say I just train like a hobbyist 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I lift weights and eat like a regular dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can get up to like 220.
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
Have you gone there?
When I played football, it's 215.
Oh, college or high school?
College. When I got into college, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I can put on the weight, but when I'm training consistently,
but it's all muscle though, right? It's all the same called yoked, not chiseled.
Well, I mean, I wasn't out there looking like Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was more soft than I am now.
Got it.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was mostly muscle. Yeah, or at least I'd hope to think so.
Because when I was in the Marine Corps, I think I stayed at 190 and 195 for 15 years.
Okay. You
see what I'm saying? But I was they call yoked. I had a top and a small waist because that's how we were built.
Big back.
Yeah, I guess a bit like a big old gorilla. It was a silverback. That's how I was. But nice. I could never get chiseled. I never had abs. I was able to do 18 pull-ups. I was able to run, 3 miles in 22 minutes. So I was there, but I was never there because I didn't have the education to be there. Not that I wanted to be chiseled at any point, but you see the magazines, you see the abs. Nice. I've seen this guy's body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but he's shirtless in his fights, man. Sorry. Right. But I don't know. Is your body come natural or is it something extra that you do? Because like you said, you're young. You're 26 years old. So, even me at my 26, I never had that. I'm jealous, by the way, guys.
It's okay, man. It's okay to be jealous sometimes. I'm jealous of this great studio that you have.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
The great success that you've had in your time. But
just helping people out like you, man.
I mean, I don't do anything extra. I just I train hard. You know what I mean? I train hard. Yeah. And I eat decent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of comes. I think fight training cuts you down.
It does.
If you're doing a lot of fight training,
it does.
Naturally, you're going to get cut up.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, you know what I mean? Yeah. Some guys either, they're at a certain age where it's just not going to happen as far as like just being fucking like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. And or some guy, like, here's the thing, man, like some people genetically just don't really have the type of genetics to have that kind of body where they're all cut up and ripped, no matter how hard they train.
Yeah.
But
that's why they have what's called off season. That's one of the, what I'm saying?
That's why they have what's called steroids.
That's why you always hear, on my off season, I'm about 240, but on season, I'm about, 198.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, but they also get paid. These bodybuilders get paid to get.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I mean, that's the life to have. But I believe that takes a toll on your body, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
and honestly, I've spoken to other fighters, and in the videos that I've seen on YouTube is, you guys put yourself through a lot, man.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things we say in the military, or in this case, the Marine Corps, when you get out of the military, you automatically add 10 years to your life. You see what I'm saying? Sure. So I feel it now. Oh my God. So I could just imagine, not that I'm trying to, put
you trying to scare me right now?
I'm not trying to scare you, but it's called my neck and my back. You see what I'm saying? You start waking up, you're like, how did
you're like Julian, just wait 20 years from
just now. Wait. That's what you get for fighting right now. Mom, you hear that? You hear that? That makes sense. I don't know, man. And it's funny is because, X Games, right?
Sure.
You've heard of Travis Pastrana and all those guys. What is it called? Metal Militia.
Yeah.
Those guys have probably broken every bone on their body.
Right.
But now they're in their 40s. They're in their 50s. I could just imagine arthritis and stuff like that. I mean, my shoulder's messed up. My knee's messed up. I tore my MCL about a year ago. it's just taking a toll.
Yeah.
Now, that's just me living a normal life.
Well, I mean, you were in the military, normal-ish. You know what I mean?
You're
I'm
right.
sure you went
You're
through
right.
some stress in the military
You're
for
right.
sure.
And with you guys, I mean, I did 15 years of that, but you guys are in the cage for what, 9 minutes? Are you doing 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
2.
Oh, you're doing 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy, huh?
Got it.
So with amateur, I don't think it's 3 minutes until you've had your third fight.
So shin guards and then 3 minutes.
Which fucking sucks because you can't. I mean, you can finish someone really early, like in a 9 or 6 minute fight.
Yeah.
But you need some time to finish people. You know what I mean?
What is Muay Thai?
It's the same deal.
It's the same deal.
And then 3 minutes for professional.
Okay, got it. Because yesterday, I guess the main event was 5 minutes.
Muay Thai?
Muay Thai.
You sure it wasn't 3 minutes?
Maybe.
I think it was probably 3 minutes. I mean, unless they've changed the rules and what. I haven't been in the Muay Thai space.
I would have to look at my phone, but I swear I saw the ring girl with round 4, round 5. So maybe it was 5-3. I would have to go back in time to look at it. Again, I'm just asking those questions. I'm not an expert at fighting. I'm not saying, that's why it's called mouth guard out.
But as far great name, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, this is a really good name. You got this thing patented, right?
I got
or
it
whatever
trademarked.
the case is,
Yeah,
trademarked.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
As far as like the body breakdown and
Yeah.
stuff, I mean, obviously, I'm thoughtful of that and
Yeah.
wary of that, but I'm more worried about my brain. I'm more focused on keeping my brain healthy.
I get it.
Because the body can break down. You know what I mean? I'd prefer to be 7 years old with some arthritis and a strong, good brain.
Yeah.
Than the opposite way around. 70 years old with a strong body,
Yeah.
and then I just can't even put a sentence together because my brain's so beat up.
I remember when I spoke to Nasty Nate Harquing, he had mentioned the actual age for MMA fighters to retire is about 40.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it really depends on you. Really depends on you.
But that's about right.
I mean, I think it was football players too. Football players.
I think
any type
football
of
players
athletes.
retire a little earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah.
In mid-30s or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Because, eventually you want to enjoy the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But, since you brought up your brain, first person that came to mind was Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
But he also fought for 30, 40 years. So you imagine.
And he boxed,
and
which
he
is a
boxed.
lot different.
And the
worse.
gloves that they wore back in the day.
Yep.
They don't have the technology they had today.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably had a piece of a sponge and leather wrapped around their
Right.
hand. You know what I'm saying? Where now there's a lot of technologies in the glove. And once again, I'm asking the questions here, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, boxing, dude, a lot of people don't even realize that people see MMA looks very brutal.
Yeah.
And hard on the body and the brain
Yeah.
and all these different things.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, there hasn't been a death in an MMA match yet.
Yeah.
Boxing, there's multiple deaths every year. And
it just blows to the head.
it just blows to the
And
head.
that's all I'm aiming for. Because
That's
when
all
you
you're
and I
aiming for.
box, that's all I'm aiming
And
for.
body a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get liver shots, throw some.
Well, and here's the other
Yeah.
here's the other bad part about boxing. So in MMA, you get knocked down, you get concussed, you get hit
Yeah.
with a really good shot, and
Yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
Guy jumps on you, ref waves the fight off. It's
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
Right. In boxing, you get hit with a clean shot, you get concussed, you
Yeah.
get knocked out.
Yeah.
You get 10 seconds to get up and recover.
Yeah.
And then you're back up in there getting
Yeah.
punched again.
Yeah.
And you get knocked out again.
Uh-huh.
You get another 10 seconds to recover.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're back up. That's just brain damage on brain damage on brain damage, and your brain never gets a chance to recover. That's why boxing's so bad for you, I think.
Where MMA, you're on the ground, you're grappling, you throw some
Different points
kicks,
of
some
attack.
knees. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good point, guys. That's a really good point. So, guys, I'm gonna quit boxing. I'm going straight to MMA.
That's what I mean. Come to Steel MMA.
Hell
We'll get you
yeah,
right.
hell yeah. If anything, what I would want to do is I want to do Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Muay Thai. I really enjoyed it, and one of the things when I was watching at the WCK yesterday, I really enjoyed more of the Muay Thai. And no disrespect to the MMA fighters, I know I have one right here.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the hell, bro? Let's go outside right now, homie. The thing is, you guys are on the ground and you're there for 2 minutes, not in 2 minutes, but you're there for a while.
Sure.
And you're just waiting. Okay, he's at guard. Okay, he's at half guard. Okay, he's trying to do a Kimura. And then you just lose.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I noticed that in Muay Thai, the moment you start grappling each other, like, up, get away, start over. So I like that reset.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right way to say it, and I don't know if you could help me out.
Well, you like the constant action, I'm assuming.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Because MMA, you can stall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get somebody up on the cage. And you can, I mean, as long as you're moving around and throwing little pitter-patter shots, you can keep someone there for a couple of minutes.
I mean, you grab a seatbelt and you're just there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're trying to do a rear naked choke, and I'm like, okay, he's not getting it yet.
For a whole round. Remember, did you watch Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan 2, the second fight?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think the first 3 rounds was literally just Sterling on Peter Yan's back for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He took him down and just held him there for like the entire round. You know, so yeah, no, I get it.
I don't know, man. I guess, what's that? Angel Ramirez says, I'm a couch fighter. You know, it's easier to see it and criticize what you're doing instead of you being in there.
Oh, 100%.
Does that make sense? Julian, you suck, bro. You suck. You're supposed to do this.
Throw the left hook.
Come on, motherfucker. Let's go real quick. Right? Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cool. Have you ever changed your style of fighting during a fight? I know you've had 2 amateurs, but you know, have you ever switched to boxing, to jiu-jitsu, to where... Because I know you have your coaches screaming at you.
Right.
Are you able to hear them?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's a crazy thing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you have the whole crowd going, but you hear that
But your
voice.
mind can somehow like streamline your coach's
That's
voice.
crazy,
At least
right?
for me.
It's like a Wi-Fi signal straight to him. What's your coach's name?
Carl.
Coach Carl, what's up, man?
And Coach Nick,
And
MMA
Nick.
coach.
Hell yeah. But what have you ever switched up just to... Basically what I'm trying to say here, and I know I can see it in my mind, but it's hard for me to translate it. Your coach is telling you one thing. Do this, but then you see it different. You say, sorry, coach, I'm going to do it this way.
So my last fight, it's funny because during my last fight, I dropped the guy like 3-4 times, right?
More than that, probably.
So I think it was the second or third time I dropped him.
Yeah.
I let him back up. And
I saw that.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, get up, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I let him back up.
That was the second round, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I let him back up, right? and I'm trying to take his head off. You know, I see his eyes are looking kind of dazed. I'm like, I'm about to fucking finish this. And I hear my coach is going, hit him in the body. My coach, Nick.
While he's on the ground.
While he's up. No, I let him up and then I'm back on him.
I'm trying to remember that.
And I remember hearing my coach go, hit him in the body.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing him say that in the fight at that moment. But in my head. Clear as day. But I was like, in my head, I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to knock this dude out.
Yeah.
So I kept throwing. And then sure enough, I didn't knock him out. I should have listened to my coach and hit him in the body.
Does your coach get pissed off on you? When you go back to your ring after the round, you're like, hey, motherfucker, you should have paid attention to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
No, because I almost always listen to my coach.
Okay, good.
Literally, I can't think of many moments where my coach has called something out and I didn't do it.
I say that because when Kim had her fights, I asked her the same question. Do you hear Jeff?
Yeah.
And she says no.
Yeah. Some people don't. I don't know. I just always hear my coaches.
That's why she said my training has to be more. I have to learn more in the training or memorize in the training because when I'm in the cage, I can't hear Jeff.
Right.
So that's why I always ask the question. I would have to be in the cage one day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you talking to me while the whole crowd's going just to say, you know what, I can't hear you. But, you know, like women have this. They have what's called selective hearing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, I'm a pro at that, by the way, because my wife could be like, yeah, babe.
Censor that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm hungry. All right, let's go. That makes sense. So I guess that's just a skill that you develop to listen to your coach. Where I try to not listen to my wife.
That's a skill you develop as well.
I'm a pro at that. I'm 100-0 in that one, man. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a weird thing, dude. I don't know. People asked me that before. I don't know. I just hear my coach.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Now, can you hear the other coach?
I have before, but generally no.
Yeah.
There's been times where I was like by the corner and I can hear the coach going, he's getting tired. I'm like,
yes.
Fuck, I ain't getting tired. Actually, I am kind of getting tired.
Yeah. Because sometimes when you're fighting, you're actually on the side of their coach.
Right.
So they could literally whisper in his ear. And I remember when I had Tina, the last podcast, she said she was listening to their coach and she was hearing the command, so she knew what was coming.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, teep. I was like, oh, here comes the teep.
Dude, that's why I'm kind of envious of like these foreign fighters, like these fighters from like Azerbaijan or something.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Because their corners are shouting out these commands and you have no idea what they're saying.
I know.
You know, they're speaking some obscure language you've never heard before, so they can say whatever. But if you're speaking English, they're all going to understand what you're saying.
But you also have code words, too.
We don't.
Oh, you don't.
We should though, maybe.
Yeah, I know. Jeff has some code words.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was telling us. I remember one time he took over the class and went over some code words with us, and I'm like, cool. So now it's just remembering those code words because it's like.
That's a problem. Remember the code words.
Remember the code. But I'm pretty sure after you train it for so long,
right.
It's like what am I trying to say here? It's like baseball. You know how the catcher's like doing this
hand
signals.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. It's all about the training and practice. The more you do it, the more you know. Hell yeah, man! I'm glad that you're able to hear them. I'll be there one day, bro. I'll be there one day, and
keep working.
Yeah. I'm not in a hurry. Like you said, I'm in a hurry. I need to go pro. I'm not in a hurry. If anything, I would want to do like a PKB or something.
Yeah.
Just like, I'd be like, all right, I
like
did
a smoker.
Yeah. Is that what they call them? Smokers? Yep. Yeah. But I want to fight a can, so I can at least have a one. I'm just playing.
No, you're not playing. You should fight a can. I agree with you.
Well, the thing is, I'm a can too.
You're like, I am the can.
2 cans don't make a right. That makes sense? Hell yeah. Well, if you don't mind, man, since I got so excited talking about your fight, the one at Tough Enough, if you don't mind, I would love to watch it. And one of the things I always say is I want you to be the commentator for your fight.
Okay.
You're watching this guy named Julian Hicks. He's from San Diego, Steel MMA. I want you to commentate and say, okay, this is what's going on. And if you want to throw in a little bit of, oh, this is what I felt here.
Sure.
This is what happened here. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Cool. I already have it queued up. So
like, this guy blows.
Hell yeah. I don't know about this
bad.
Julian Hicks guy, but he's an amateur. You know how they used to talk
they
back
got
in
the
the
full
40s?
fight up like this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got you, bro. I got you. So let's see. And
I didn't even know they had the fight sectioned off like this. I thought I was just in like the entire. You know how they release like the entire prelims?
Yeah.
I thought I was just in that. I didn't know they already sectioned it off.
Yeah. So the other guy was from Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. That's the one.
Mm-hmm. They never released that interview.
Oh, yeah.
So it was an interview with Brian Battle, the UFC fighter, and some other guy who I assume is his friend.
I was assuming it was a press conference.
No. It was just it was after weigh-ins.
Got it.
Yeah, Brian Battle, the UFC fighter, just
Got
like he's like, hey man, are you Julian Hicks? You want to go do an interview?
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, I guess. And they just took me out back and interviewed me.
Okay.
And never released it.
They wanted to make sure that you did what you said you were going to do. Because when you do it, he's like, oh, I just talked to him yesterday, and he said he was going to knock him out on the first or kick in the first couple seconds. And that's Vaseline, right?
That's Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Yeah. Oiling me up. Yeah.
What are those bumps on your stomach, bro?
So those are called abs.
Those are called abs.
It's from hard work.
Hell yeah. Hard work, dieting, and training.
That's right.
Hell yeah. You like doing that? Circling the cage?
Yeah. Yeah, get the feel of the cage.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you ever bounce off the gauge? Just to feel it?
No, but maybe I will next time.
Yeah,
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
To know how it feels just in case, when that clinch does happen.
Yep. You know how much give it has and all that. Was he silent? I didn't hear no.
I don't, man, I don't some walkout songs that people choose just throw me off. Like your walkout song has to be clear.
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to, the people in the stands have to be able to hear the beat.
Yeah.
They got to be able to hear the lyrics. It's got to be clear and a lot of bass.
You had Jamrock, right?
Exactly.
So everybody knows. So everybody's singing along.
Knows it, exactly.
When you come out.
And that bass, dun, 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 like you could just feel it. And when you have some random rap song for a walkout, it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't hit right.
I get it. Oh, he's playing Wu-Tang.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. But the thing is, Wu-Tang songs have this long-ass intro. And then eventually, 10 minutes later, they start rapping. So you were blue corner.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've never watched this.
You know what? And I was his name Brian? When I was at WCK, there was a guy with a Steel hoodie on. And I said, hey, are you with Steel? He goes, yeah, well, what's up? He goes, oh, I'm interviewing Julian Hicks tomorrow. He goes, oh, yeah, I saw the promos on you. And I think his name was Brian or
Brian.
Brian. Or Chris, one of those two.
Okay.
He was sitting next to the ring girls.
Gotcha.
So I was looking more at the ring girls, and I was there. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. I just saw the Steel MMA hoodie. I'm like, yeah. He goes, I'll have him on the show tomorrow. He goes, that's awesome. Now, did you know this guy beforehand, other than going on social media? No, you meet him the same day.
Well, so I didn't know him, but I saw some of his stuff. You know, getting ready for the fight.
Well, I mean, this is in Vegas. It's like, hey, you want to go get a drink before the fight? Oh, yeah, let's go.
No,
not that you would. But.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that with somebody that I'm fighting. I don't like the buddy stuff. Like, I don't want to be an asshole with the guys I'm fighting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless they're being a dickhead to me.
It's all business.
It's all business. You know what I mean? But I don't like fighting friends. I don't like to fight people that I've trained with. That's why I don't want to do like a lot of these MMA fighters. They have these big box MMA gyms where like all the fighters train at, and they all spar against each other and stuff. Dude, like Ian, Gary, and Shavkat Rakhmonov, like they sparred together multiple times before they ever fought.
Really,
I don't want to do none of that.
And it's just awkward when you fight.
It's awkward,
especially for a belt or something.
Yeah, and then people kind of know your tendencies, and I don't want to do none of that.
That's what happened with Angel Superman Ramirez. He actually cross-trained in all these gyms in San Diego. So when it was come time to fight, people already know his skill.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I want to stay away from that.
They knew the secrets.
Exactly.
There it is right there. So you were 1-1 or 1-0.
No, he's 1-1. I'm 1-0. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
And he missed weight too.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? 170?
Yeah.
That much? So by 0.4, you missed weight.
He missed weight by 2.4. He was 172.4. I made weight. I was 169, like point something.
Got it.
I actually cut a little bit too much weight. Look how small this little cage is.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Epic cage?
Oh,
that thing is small as hell.
Dude, I'll never fight for Epic.
Yeah.
That cage is way too small.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to rewind to the start of this round again,
okay,
you'll see that I threw this and there's the head kick. But here, let's rewind it a little bit.
Here, I'm just gonna go to.
There's this push kick that I throw and it doesn't land. Mm-hmm. We were literally working on that push kick for the entire camp. That was going to be like the bread and butter for this fight. Yeah. And it doesn't. I throw one in the first round and it doesn't land, and I never throw it again for the rest of the fight.
Oh, I was going to say, did you use it at least?
It's funny how that works out sometimes. Like, yeah.
Johnson. So before you throw that kick, what happens when you don't make weight?
Nothing in the amateurs. I mean, I have an option. If my opponent misses weight, I have the option of not fighting. But I'm not going to do that.
So is that fight canceled?
It could be. If I don't want to fight him.
All right, here goes. Show me where.
Right here. You'll see.
Right there it is. Like a teep?
Yeah, it was going to be a push kick, and we were going to set that up with like question mark kicks and stuff. And I threw it once and never threw it again.
Did you just forget about it? It's like,
It just wasn't there.
Yeah,
he was staying so far back. But boom, that was there.
That was it. See, they told you. That's what he called.
Yeah.
So you fulfilled your promise to them.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Prophecy fulfilled. And at this time, as soon as I landed that head kick, I was thinking like, oh, fuck
Done.
Yeah. First round finish, 30 seconds.
That's what I thought.
And then we went all 3 rounds.
Yep.
But you know what? Johnson, I'll give him credit. This motherfucker had a chin on him.
Did he?
Ate everything.
So that's a full guard.
Well, I'm in mount here.
Oh, mount. Full mount.
Yeah, right. And I was going to set up a head and arm right here. But his arm's underneath my leg, so I was worried he was going to try to...
Oh, I see your leg around. Oh.
So I was that's exactly what I was worried about, and he did it.
He used momentum to lift up. So here, this right here.
Boom.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
So right there, my coach said, punch, punch, punch. And that's why I was thinking punch. Because before I was thinking get it away, scramble, jiu-jitsu. But I heard my coach say punch, so I let it go.
Because you had that split second that it was open. There it goes again.
Little uppercut 3.
See, there it is. You're just like,
yeah, get up, come on. Another smart thing Jaron did was every time he got cracked with a good shot, he immediately just fell down instead of continuing to take the punishment.
Got it. Is that a strategy?
Oh, what the hell?
It just...
Was that tough enough or was that mouth guard?
That was the video.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was strategy. I think it was just a survival tactic, and it worked. Like, he pulled guard there, or tried to pull guard.
Now, do you know if you won the rounds?
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay.
a round like that, you win.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The first round against Mike Montez, my
Okay.
first fight,
Yeah.
I thought I lost, and one judge gave him the first round too.
Oh shit!
Because he came out hard, man. Mike Montez.
I couldn't find that fight.
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
I might have to go to the website or something. Is that Coach Nick or Coach?
So this
Carl?
is Coach Carl.
Okay.
The guy with the red shirt, and then Coach Nick's right here.
Okay. I'm gonna forward this real quick.
Little ad break.
Yeah.
No free promo over here.
No free. I ain't getting paid, man. I'm not getting paid. There it is. They have their own commercials, right?
Yeah. But I mean, just look at this, right?
Yeah.
Like, you would think this is professional with the
It
production
is.
value. They got
It
the
is.
ads, they got, the crowd and the beautiful cage, and
I mean, if you had shin splints, shin guards on, then I'd be like, oh, it's an
Right.
amateur fight, but
Right.
you don't. Now, what are the ounces of the gloves? Because I know in boxing, 12 ounce. I use
Yeah.
16-ounce gloves, but what are the ounces? Do you know?
MMA, they're 4-ounce gloves.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Just enough to protect your knuckles. And that's
Wow.
about it. So right here, I'm still kind of trying to recover a little bit because that first round was a sprint. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm still recovering, but now I'm starting to feel better. So, boom. Hit him with the toes on that one.
And again,
And again. And he just drops.
you said your hand was recovering. Is that from that or?
Yeah, so if you look at the way I'm throwing my hooks,
Yeah.
I'm looping them like this. So I was landing on my thumb here, and there's
Is that
no
a scab?
pad there. It's a scar.
Oh, it's a scar.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
got you.
So that's what fucked up my thumbs.
Look at these, like he's relaxed, he's chilling. He's like, bro, can I get up? Can I get up? I mean, all due respect to Jaron, but yeah.
I mean, honestly, man, the ref should have waved this fight off, I think. It's an amateur fight. The guy, especially by the time he dropped the third time.
I mean, honestly, I thought the first he was going to stop it,
me too.
especially when you kicked him in the face and jumped on him. Like, okay, it's done.
Yep.
I don't like those fights. You know why?
Which ones?
The first round finishes.
Why is that?
Because I don't get my money's worth. I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, man. I paid a lot
Yeah.
of money for these tickets.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean for
Yeah.
sure. Look, he's trying to pull guard so hard here. So apparently Jaron was a decent jiu-jitsu guy. Like that's kind of what his thing is, I guess.
Okay.
So that's also why he's kind of just staying on his back, and look, he's trying to call me on there.
So I ain't coming to you, bro. You come to me.
Yeah, come on, get up. Hey!
Yep. Is that your
Little
coach
cheap
or is that
shot in
you?
there. That was me. That was all me.
Get the fuck up, motherfucker. That's round 3. There it is. This is exciting, guys. This is exciting.
And it's funny because, you would assume that you wouldn't get as tired
Yeah.
with 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed, I've never done a 5-minute round, 5-minute round actual in a fight.
Yeah.
But I've done it in sparring. And whenever you do 5-minute rounds, people kind of just understand that you got to slow down the pace.
Yes.
So
You got to come explosive at 2. You got to
Yeah.
give them all you got every round.
exactly. So half the time when I do 5-minute rounds,
Yeah.
like it seems like I'm less tired doing that than I am doing my 2-minute rounds.
Really?
And it's weird. And I think it's because when it's a 2-minute round, you got to get going now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right, last round. Come on, let's see who's gonna win.
I wonder who's going to win this one.
I wonder who.
Oh, look, I was trying to take his head off there. That was nice how he dipped under that. This was his best part of the match here.
But right now, again, you don't know if you won or not. But if I were me as a spectator, I say you got the first 2.
Oh, yeah.
So-
yeah.
I mean, the only thing he can do right now is probably submit you or knock you out. That's
Yep.
it. Yeah. So this is why a lot of fighters come in. They know they lost the first 2 rounds, so they have to come out explosive or
Yeah.
do something the last. You got to do something, bro.
Exactly. And that's why he kind of just ran at me. But right here,
Yeah.
you'll see he kind of just like tries to pull me down. Watch right here.
Right there.
You'll see it right here.
Yep.
That's not me taking him down.
No, that's
him holding my arm and pulling me
He's
down.
pinching
with him.
you.
But he put himself in a terrible position here.
But that's what he wants you to do too. He wants you to down there.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably thought he was just that much better on the ground than I am.
Yeah.
But you know, he realized pretty soon that that's not the case. I got him in a nice little crucifix here, or kind of like a crucifix. Boom. See how I'm posting that arm down with my knee? Some shots up in there.
Oh, I see it. There it is. There it is.
And then what I'm doing, and then I'm using my head to keep his other arm from coming on the inside. See? So the knee's blocking that arm. Exactly. And the head's blocking that arm.
And you already, that's weird.
And I'm landing some shots.
I always.
You know, honestly, I should have went for the Kimura right here.
Ooh, you're right.
That's what I should have done. Oh, man, it was right there. I didn't even think of that.
Rematch.
Yeah, right? Jared, I want you.
Where you at? Meet me out back real quick. I want to try something on you.
That's why I got to do more jiu-jitsu. Because you'll do a lot of MMA grappling and stuff, and then you forget about these submissions. You're so focused on ground and pound and position.
10 seconds. Can you hear the clacker?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know that's loud, but sometimes you're in the zone.
Yeah.
You just got up and just like, yeah, I'm done.
And that's it. I wanted that finish so bad.
What about Montes? Did you do a finish on him?
No, both decisions.
Both
decisions, yeah.
Is that nerve-wracking at the end?
If it's a very close fight, yeah.
29-27 or
right.
28, blah, blah.
Yeah. Montez wasn't as clear. So
you look frustrated right there. You're like, what the fuck just happened, bro? Just like,
because I wanted that finish so bad.
I know.
Because I was mad I got a decision in my first fight as well. And then I got a decision in the second one.
Dude, look at the frustration. You're like, dude, I drove too far. I said, well, I guess we're going to the buffet after this.
But you know what, man? It's good experience.
It's
you
true.
know what I mean?
It is. Especially traveling outside of San Diego to do a fight. Boom,
These
boom.
highlights are great.
Yeah, no, you got it, man. You got it. See, he called his shot.
Yeah.
You're like, what was it? Babe Ruth. He called his shot. I'm gonna throw the ball that way. There it is.
I want to show you a video of that kick. Is there any way I could send you a video and then like you could put it on here or something?
Yeah. Let me see.
So I want you to see this video just for the sound. It's of that, and and this is gonna help you understand how strong this guy's chin was when you hear how strong this kick landed. So here, let me go ahead and text this to you.
And I could always superimpose it on the video. So if you just want to, maybe show it to me, text it to me, and then I'll just superimpose it in the actual in the editing.
1 second here.
This is exciting, guys, because I'm getting the behind the scenes.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah!
This is really behind. So the guy that recorded this is Jamie Cohen, who's actually the CEO of Tough Enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
This fight?
No, that recorded this video that I'm sending you.
Oh, got it.
From Cage Side.
Got it. Oh, but it's this fight.
It's this fight.
Oh,
yeah.
Got you.
Okay, looks like it just delivered.
Yep, got it right there.
So turn the sound up on that bad boy.
Oh shit!
And he ate it. He just caught it like it was nothing.
All right, guys, did you hear that? Okay, again, I'm gonna play this in the video, but I'll play it one more time.
It just sounded like a bat cracking.
It did. I gotta keep watching. It's like a car accident gone bad. Ooh, and you got him like right here,
bro, right on the face.
And he's still. Oh.
And he just caught it on the face. Just caught it like it was nothing.
Oh wow. I'm gonna be playing. I know I played a couple times on the video as well. Oh my god. Well, thank you for going through that, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now you said that you wanted to submit the fight. If you had a signature move, would that be it all the time, or would you want different things? Because I know there's certain fighters that they have that signature move and that's how they finish all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, he's going to do this. Oh, there he goes. He won. And nothing wrong with them. But if you were to have a signature move, what would it be?
The high kick.
The high kick?
Oh, yeah.
And then knock him out with that? Yeah. Wow.
So I've the most the attack that has dropped the most of my opponents is my high kick. 3 guys in Muay Thai and then Jaren.
Okay.
So that's 4 dudes out of 7, well, 9 fights, I guess, that I've dropped with high kicks.
Really?
So yeah, high kick's my thing, man.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Well, you're also 6'1", so you have that long leg.
Hey, 6'2".
So, oh shit, that's right. My bad. See
Get it
me out
right.
back. Yeah, part 2 to this video is going to be us
the
fighting
shoes
in the
on.
back. Hell yeah. Put some Skechers on. The Hokas, some thick ass soles.
I've never heard of them.
The running shoes or athletic shoes.
Have you seen I've seen these shoes that people are advertising on Instagram that are like the soles are like this thick, and the shoes are being advertised as shoes to make you taller. Like that, they're actually being advertised like that.
Do they look like regular shoes?
I guess.
But then they have a thick heel.
Kinda.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it.
But could you imagine? I mean, you have these shoes, and then like, what are you trying to look taller for? I'm assuming you're trying to impress a girl, right? Well,
Yeah.
what happens when you take the shoes off?
Yeah.
And you lose 5 inches in height.
Yeah. Now I could understand a stripper that wears stiletto heels. They wear some high ass, but
Sure.
they look sexy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Right? They look good in the air. You know what I'm talking about? Hell yeah.
This isn't bad.
Yeah, it's sparkling water.
I'm usually not a fan of sparkling water either, but I like this one.
You know why I started drinking this?
Why?
Because of Andrew Tate.
Oh, is that why?
That's it.
You know what's funny?
Sparkling water.
In my head, I was thinking like, oh, he's gonna say Andrew Tate, but then I was like, he's not actually gonna say Andrew Tate, and then you did.
Now I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor or anything, but according to what I've read, and obviously Andrew Tate, it says sparkling water hydrates you faster. Because the CO2 absorbs into your bloodstream. Once again, I'm not speaking facts here. I'm just going off of what people say.
Are you sure it's just because you're not poor?
Yeah, right. Because you're a brokey.
Yeah, you're not a brokey.
Yeah, I don't drink free water. I drink Pellegrino. I drink sparkling water. That makes sense. Do you have any favorite fights that stand out to you? Like, you know what? That was a good ass fight. And that doesn't matter if it's Muay Thai or MMA.
Not really.
No?
Not that I can think of. No.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen some good fights, but
Yeah.
I don't have anything in the top of my head.
No.
It's like, oh, that's the fight that
What about a funniest moment in the fight to where like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening?
One of my fights?
Yeah.
God, I wish I would have had time to think of this.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I mean, you shoot from the lip. If something funny, did you slip? Did you fall?
Yeah.
Did you fart while you were in the submission? I mean,
That would be pretty funny. I haven't done it.
absolutely. Has that ever happened? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I said,
really.
there's probably a
It's not a comedic situation. You understand?
99.9% chance that I'm not going to fight, but that 1.0001.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like you saw Nick, right? Nick Principe, the Chrome Skull. You saw him dancing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? If I'm going to be serious, let me at least have fun here. Does that make sense? But
It does, but dude, I'm fucking.
You're in the zone.
Dude, I'm locked in, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like I ain't got no time for jokes and
Yeah.
fucking all the I'm trying to fight.
with all due respect to you,
Okay.
I know it's amateur. You see what I'm saying? But is your number in amateur as serious? Because once you go pro, then I would probably be serious. Okay, I got to make sure my pro numbers are serious. But can you have a little bit of fun with amateur? Not saying to lose, but saying, you know what, I'm too uptight. Let me relax a little bit. You know, would you do that or?
Dude, I don't know. You know, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that
I'm not there, so I can't really.
No. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of fighters do like loosen up and have more fun in there, and it's a good thing to have. And I think it does help with the stresses of fighting.
Yeah.
If you cannot take yourself so serious.
Yeah.
But I just can't, dude. I don't know, man. Like I take myself so serious.
You show up to work. You show up to work.
Man.
That's it.
And I hate losing, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate losing in everything. There's some video games that I love that I no longer can play.
Okay.
Because I hate losing. Because, some of these
Sports
kids,
video games?
Some
or-
of these kids, it's just all video games.
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty,
Yeah,
UFC video. Because, dude, you'll play against some kids that play these games like it's
They're
their
way better
full-time
than you.
job.
Oh, yeah.
And they just whoop your ass.
Yeah.
And I hate it so much. So I actually have to literally uninstall some games because I lose in them too much.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So yeah, no, man. Maybe I should though. I
Yeah.
should take myself less serious, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do you reset after a fight? Let's just say I won, 7-0, 2-0. Now that you're on that high horse or that cloud 9, is there a step that you have to come back to reality, or is it you're there like you're on the whole time? Because right now, I got Julian Hicks, but I don't have Julian Hicks the fighter here right now.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it's called mouth guard out.
Yeah.
So when you put that mouth guard in, I mean,
like that actually.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
See it?
It's smart. I wasn't thinking about that, but it makes sense.
Inside the minds of MMA fighters. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
You just won 7-0, 2-0. All right, you're on the way back from Vegas. I'm just trying to paint the picture. You're on that 4 or 5 hour drive back.
Sure.
How long does it last for you to come back for Julian Hicks to come back? And I would give you a name, but you don't have a fighter name. You know what I'm saying?
No, Julian Hicks is good.
Yeah.
I say the high of fighting probably, for me, probably about a day.
About a day.
About a day. Yeah. Usually once you go to sleep and wake up the next day, I mean, you still got the social media stuff, people messaging you, great fight and so on and so forth. But, man, I'm back to normal.
But then you also have the recovery from your body, too.
Then you got to recover and stuff. And then 2-3 days later, I'm not even, you kind of forget the fight even happened down there.
Man, that's weird.
Yeah. But after fight, man, I just want to do everything that I wasn't able to do because I was in camp.
Got it.
Smoke a little bit.
Drink
a little bit. Loosen up.
Yeah.
So that's how I wind down after a fight.
Got you. What do you smoke, cigars? I'm a cigar guy.
We're in California, man.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just trying to keep
I'll smoke a cigar.
The show PG here. All right? That makes sense. Here comes the cops. Here comes the cops. That makes sense. Does that help you?
What, weed?
Yeah. Cannabis.
I don't know if it helps me.
Yeah.
But I like it.
No, but as far as no, I'm talking about not obviously during a fight or fight cap, but let's just say mentally.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that because I have PTSD from Iraq, and that's one of the things. Hey, have you ever tried this? I do CBD. Okay. You see what I'm saying? But the CBD is more for my pain. It's not more to relax me, but it does relax me.
Sure.
Does that make sense? But what about for you? Because a lot of people, even my wife says, "Have you ever thought about smoking?" And I'm like,
wait, have you never tried weed?
Never.
You've
smoked weed.
never smoked
never
ever
smoked weed. Cigarettes, cigars. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing I'm.
And you grew up here in California.
Yeah.
What?
Well, remember, I was also in the Marine Corps for 15 years, so that's I couldn't.
That makes sense.
I couldn't.
Now,
cocaine. I've done cocaine. No, I'm just playing.
You like the good stuff. I'm into that.
I don't do the brokey stuff. I do the real. No. I've never done any drugs.
Are you insulting me right now?
Yeah, that's what it is. Meet me out back.
I mean, I don't have any PTSD or anything, so I don't know if it would help on that, on that aspect. But it definitely helps you wind down.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like nothing's better than training real hard and then going home and smoking a little joint, relaxing. Yeah. And I have heard that it helps with those things, PTSD and certain mental ailments and whatnot. So,
but that's why I take the CBD because
but the CBD is not psychoactive.
I know it's not. Because the THC is gone.
Right.
I'm not an expert at weed. I'm not Cheech and Chong here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm not Cheech and Chong.
Yeah. Cheech and Chong. But matter of fact, you'd be more Chong.
Which one's Chong's the
one with the Cheech is the Mexican guy.
That's right. And Chong's like the white Asian looking dude.
He's Asian, black, and something else.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you seen his daughter?
No.
Yeah, she's black.
Really?
Yeah.
My
your skin complexion, everything. Huh. Yeah. So if we were to politically correct, he'd be Chong, I'd be Cheech.
Yeah. Let's get it right.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm not that I'm saying I want to start, but I always asking that question.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? If you went skydiving, well, tell me why you skydive. Oh, because you know what I'm saying. I just want to get into inside the minds of MMA fighters.
Yeah. No, dude. I just fucking.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it's good. I think it's, dude, like a lot of times MMA fighters or people that just want to be like super by the book, I guess, if that makes any sense, they stay away from these things. They stay away from like alcohol and drugs and what. But I think sometimes it's good to divulge in that stuff every once in a while. Yeah. You can't let it take over yourself,
no, of
right?
course. Yeah.
Nothing's good in abundance, but I think it's good every once in a while to smoke a little bit, drink a little bit. You know,
what's the saying? I've never heard of any deafs smoking marijuana, but you have smoked deaths of heroin and all this other stuff, right? Alcohol, you get in a car accident, drinking, driving. But I just wanted to know what's going to be your mental shift once you go pro. Are you going to become more serious? Not that you're not serious now, but now that you have that title, pro. Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Is your attitude going to change? Do you know if it's going to be like, you know what, I need to stop playing around? Not that you are now, but what's going to be your mental reset once you go pro? So let's just say I'm going to put you on the calendar for December 2025. And when I go back and I say, all right, it's December 2025, when I contact you, now that you're pro, are you going to be a different person? Or are you going to be the same Julian Hicks? Or hopefully you'll have a name by that time, right? What do you think the shift's going to be once you're pro?
Definitely harder training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
5-minute round training.
So that's going to be more training, more endurance.
More endurance,
Yeah.
for sure.
Plus, he's also going to get paid too.
I'm going to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the important part.
So the mind shift will change a little bit more because now the soreness, your bruises, now there's money attached to it.
Right. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
It's more worth it, I guess. Right. There's more incentive, you can say, to
Incentive.
fight.
Thank you. I like that word.
But dude, I don't know, man. Like, I take myself fucking serious now. You know what I mean? Like
I said, I'm not saying you're not, but
like I think a loss in my amateur career would hurt
Yeah.
for me. Would hurt just as much as the loss in my pro career.
Okay.
Like, I'm not of the mindset.
Got it.
I'm not of the mindset where it's like,
Got it.
oh, I'm an amateur right now. I can
I don't
lose,
care.
win, just trying to get experience.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, dude. I'm trying to fucking win.
but would it hurt you? Not mentally, but just like, I lost one. Because it's going to
Yeah.
happen. No disrespect.
Sure.
It might happen. You might fight Brock Lesnar one
Right.
day. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Obviously.
Well, in MMA, there's a high chance of losing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's just so many different variables.
Yeah.
You can get caught. In MMA, there's so many chances of losing against somebody that
Yeah.
you're actually better than.
Yeah.
Just because of the small gloves and all
Yeah.
the different variables. So, no,
Yeah.
there is a high chance that I will lose.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking lose in amateurs or pros. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. And the reason I say that too is because one of our Valiant guys, I think his last name was Hannah, he fought against a 4-0, and Hannah won. And
Nice.
that was his pro debut.
Nice.
You see
That's
what I'm saying?
awesome.
That's awesome. But I don't know. Once again, I it's hard for me to translate it, to a fighter standpoint. Like, for example, let me give you my perspective. I'm amateur right now. Okay. I'm 2-0. Let's just say a little bit more. I'm 5-0.
Okay.
Okay. Tomorrow I go pro. I think I'm going to be more of, I don't want to say mentally serious, but I want to earn more money. So therefore,
Yeah.
I'm going to put more effort into it.
Right.
Does that make sense? Because once you go pro, either you're going to get picked up by, let's just say, Cage Warriors, Bellator, LFA, and then that's the stepping stone into UFC.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I guess it's just a step closer. I mean, it sounds like I'm rambling, but I
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I mean, no, for sure. Like, I'm going to be training harder.
Yeah.
Necessarily, I have
Yeah.
to, right?
Yeah.
The rounds are longer. The competition's going to be better. I got
There's
train
more
harder.
pressure now that you're pro.
There's more pressure involved,
Yeah.
for sure. All
Yeah.
these different types of things.
Yeah.
So on the physical side
Yeah.
of things, yes, there will be a change. I
Gotcha.
just got to train more.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
train a good amount now, but as
Yeah.
far as being a professional fighter, I'll have to train more.
Yeah.
On the mental side of things, I don't know if there's going to be a switch. I still, my amateur career is just as important
Yeah.
as my pro career to me.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of guys at Valiant that went pro, and for me, they look like the same guy.
Sure.
Hey, what's
Right.
up, Julian? What's up, bro? What's going on? It's not like they're coming into the gym. I'm pro now. Hey,
Yeah.
get away. Excuse me. You see what I'm saying?
They got like a Batman voice now.
yeah. Hi.
Hey, Ruben.
Did I change my voice? Yeah. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, I'm pro now.
I'm pro now. I don't know, man. I don't know. So you're not gonna have a Batman voice then. So when I see you in December, hey Ruben, how you doing? I'm pro now, right? Cool, man. Cool. Well, if you don't mind, man, I do have some more questions. But like I said earlier, I actually posted, I did a promo video on you, and I said, ask Julian questions. And guess what? You guys listen. Because everybody, like I said, everybody and their mama, including your mama,
Literally
actually
my mama.
went in there and said, so if you don't mind, I would love to go into subscriber questions,
Sure.
and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All righty, here we go. Let's go into subscriber questions. All right. How do you balance training, fighting, and personal life as a fighter? I know earlier I used the graph, but if you can answer that question for one of the viewers here.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just do it. I wake up and I get it done. I
Yeah.
guess.
Do you really have time for yourself, though?
What do you mean for myself?
Okay, lounging, you said smoking, maybe, going to eat. You see what I'm saying? Because the way I hear you talking is, if you were to say, Ruben, break down my life,
Yeah.
I would say you're probably about 40% work, 60% training.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I mean, it depends on the day, right?
I can't say
some days.
I can't say 50-50 because if you were 50-50, I honestly don't think you would have the wins that you would.
Right.
Because your work is overpowering what you're doing. So that's why I gave you a 40-60. So it's more 40 and 60 training.
Or some days, like a Saturday, may be 10% work and 90% training. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it just varies day by day.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
So now let's do this. Okay, I said 40% work, and let's just do 40% training. Where would that 10% be? What would you do with it, that 10%?
Probably playing some video games.
Some video games?
Dude, I'm a nerd, man.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What console do you use? Or you
Xbox.
do Xbox?
Oh, yeah.
Like 360, or I don't know which one's out anymore.
360?
I don't know, bro.
You're
I'm old
10
school,
years
bro.
late to the party.
Damn, bro.
20 years, maybe.
The last PlayStation, the last PlayStation I had was PlayStation 2.
What?
Yeah. That's how old school I am, man.
Nah, man, I play, and you know, when I say I'm a gamer, I mean real video games. I'm not talking 2K. I'm not talking Call of Duty.
Got it.
Okay.
Do you do PC?
No, not PC, but the type of games I'm playing, I'm talking Skyrim, right? I'm talking Kingdom Come Deliverance. The real nerds out there know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Are those
Oblivion
RPG games?
Remastered just came out. I'm loving that game.
Are those RPG games?
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
got it.
Exact fantasy.
My
and
son
building
is
your
like that.
characters and But again, it's because I can't play the multiplayer games. I get pissed when I lose.
Yeah.
And I'm a sore loser.
Well, since we're talking about Xbox 360, the one game I used to love playing was Midnight Club. I don't know if you remember that. Oh, dude. You would race and buy and set up your cars.
Yeah,
and
that game's revolutionary.
Yes.
With its driving. And I remember the graphics were just fucking insane for the time.
Absolutely. I remember I had a Camaro in that video game. And not a Camaro, a Monte Carlo.
Okay.
And I said it exactly the same way as the Monte Carlo on Training Day with Denzel Washington. Okay. It had the hydraulics. Oh shit! I need a new because you would blow out your engine. So I also had a Supra in that video game. So I would race the Supra just to make enough money to go fix up the
engine on the Monte Carlo.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
You don't game anymore?
No, not anymore, man. Not anymore. Candy Crush is that gaming?
Ish. That's like auntie gaming.
I got into Call of Duty. Let's say 2012. And the reason being is because of Iraq. So I would go on to Call of Duty because the game was almost realistic as me being in Iraq.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
The city, the the uniform, everything, and I'm like, cool. And I used to play with a lot of my buddies that were in the Marine Corps.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So that was like the only way. It was like our chat room, but in a video game. Yeah. Does that make sense? So I had my buddy in North Carolina, I had my buddy in Texas, and my other buddy in New Jersey. So anytime we went to talk to each other, we'd talk ourselves on Xbox, and then that's where we'd play.
And what happened to that? That just slowly kind of faded?
It just slowly faded, and then, life happens. They got married. I wasn't married at the time. I got married, and I started dating my wife. Yeah. So it's like, okay, cool. Well, I mean, we still chat, but it's not one of those, Call of Duty things. Cool, man. Cool. What's one thing amateur fights don't realize about pro grind? Again, this is a subscriber question.
What's one? Okay. Who has this one?
One, not getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Paid. That's the big thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really, I train hard like I'm training for a pro fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? I guess the only real difference is you're not getting paid. Yeah. For me, at least, that's the real difference. Mm-hmm. As far as like a mental mindset shift, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe when I turn pro, I will have a real mindset shift, and I will come in here with the Batman voice. Yes. You know what I mean? But as far as I can think of right now, I mean, I don't really see a difference. More training, right? Harder training. But
you say you do sprints and you do.
Yeah, I like to do sprints when I'm in camp.
That's for your endurance, right?
That's for my endurance. Gotcha. I like the stationary bike. Mm-hmm. And then I'll do some strength and conditioning.
What's that one bike that goes?
That's the air bike.
Oh my god, that kicks my
ass.
I
know. Dude, I need one. I don't have one.
Valiant has one.
I know.
Yeah, you should go over there, hang out, man. Yeah, I'll see you over there. I'm usually there Mondays and Wednesdays, sometimes Thursday. Usually Thursdays I lift, but then Mondays, Wednesdays I do boxing.
Oh, at Valiant.
At Valiant.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, for sure. We'll see each other.
Yeah, I use 16-ounce gloves though.
Okay, well that's not cool, man. You need to throw those 4-ounce gloves on.
Yeah, but that's for training though. Get your endurance in your arms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
What is boxing? 12 or 8?
I think it depends on the weight class.
Got you.
But I think 12 to 8.
12
I
to
think
8.
That's right.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
lighter weights get, the smaller gloves.
Hell yeah. It says, be honest. I guess they don't want you to lie. Be honest. Have you ever thrown a cheap shot in sparring because someone went too hard on you?
So when I think of a cheap shot, I think of a shot that someone's not expecting.
In the liver.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean he turns his back and I just fucking boom.
Oh, okay, got it.
That's what I think of a cheap shot.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you mean like we're sparring and they suddenly like turn it up on me,
Yeah.
and I give them one, good shot back, I don't think that's a cheap shot, and I have done that before.
It's probably somebody at the gym said, "Motherfucker hit me right here."
Yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah, man, hit me in the liver. Hell yeah, I was on my phone. I was taking a piss in the bathroom.
But you got it. Sometimes you got to do that though, because sometimes guys will they'll spar very hard with you. Like sometimes you don't want to fucking go into the gym and fight. Yeah. Sometimes you're just trying to learn, you're trying to play a little bit. You know, you're trying to have some good sparring rounds. Yeah. And sometimes guys go in there and they're trying to fucking fight you, especially guys that you don't really know.
Yeah.
And they may think they're whooping your ass.
Yeah.
And you just got to give them a good shot to let them know.
No, there was one time, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I'm like, bro, calm down, man, calm down.
No, call them out.
Yeah. Calm down. And it was funny because we hold mitts sometimes.
Yeah.
He was hitting me so hard when I came home, I couldn't even close my hand.
When you were holding the mitts?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So that's what I say, bro, calm down, damn.
Who's this guy?
Somebody at the gym. I'm not going to say names.
Golly, I got to stay away from him.
But the thing is, now that I'm with him, I expect it from him, so I'm already ready for it. So it's like, all right.
And it hurts your hand?
It hurts my hand because we use our gloves. So sometimes we'll have mitts and we'll use our actual gloves. So he's hitting right on my wrist. Mm-hmm. So I'm catching it. And I came home, I'm like, oh my God, I had to do this. And then finally the next day I was able to move my hand.
That's a good sore though.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean when there's like I love the soreness after a good workout. Yeah. Not from like getting hit, but I mean if like you do some like bicep curls and the next day you feel your biceps are nice and sore.
My neck and my back. Yeah.
I love that soreness.
Hell yeah. But you're doing it because you're a fighter. I still got to go to work the next day. God damn. You know what's funny is every time, like one day I had like a swollen eye because I accidentally got hit. So everybody at work knows I'm boxing. He goes, oh, did you fight this weekend? I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Right. But anyway. What is your walkout song? I know I heard Jam Rock on there, but is that your song from
That's it.
That's it.
That's the song.
Why that song?
Dude, I just like the vibe it gives.
Yeah.
And especially the way it opens up.
Yeah.
You know? They call it murder. And then the bass drop. Mm-hmm. It's just good.
I work out to Jamaican music, to reggae music.
Yeah,
because
me too.
The tempo, there's a
That's what it is. Yep.
That's all I do because of the tempo. That and reggaeton. Reggaeton has to have it has that same tempo. I don't know. That's just me. But
but that bass you can like feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I love that.
What's your favorite reggae artist? For me, it's Ika Mouse and Barrington Levy.
I like Damian Marley.
Damien?
I don't know. I kind of just have a playlist of all different reggae songs that I like, but I don't have any particular artists that I'm not that big into reggae.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed too with reggae is it's like I'll usually like one or two songs by an artist, but if I go through their entire discography, I find out that I don't really like most of their songs.
No, because they always show the bangers, right? Their number one hits, man. Hell yeah. When you're not training, what do you like to do to unwind? And I'm just going to guess here. This is a subscriber question. Play video games?
I like to play some video games. Yeah. I'll go on hikes and stuff.
Are you online?
What do you mean by that?
Do you do this online or you just do this on your own cognizance? Play video games?
You mean like multiplayer video games? Yeah. I do sometimes.
You're not like a streamer or
No.
Oh, got it. Just give me your handle.
Yeah,
right?
No.
MMA video junkie, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's keep going. Now, Jeff wrote in.
Oh, what?
Jeff, the administrator. I always like saying administrator Peterson.
What does Jeff have to say?
Jeff Peterson, the administrator, says, do you get the same rush walking into the cage as a, what is he trying to say here? As a MMA fighter or a Muay Thai fighter?
Oh, yeah, I think it's the same.
It's the same?
I don't feel a difference.
Okay.
It feels the same to me.
Okay. Got you.
Which is weird. You would think it'd be bigger with the MMA because the production value is bigger. There's more people in the stage. You're walking into a cage.
Yeah.
But nah, man, it feels the same to me.
I know we had spoke about it, but here's part 2 to Jeff's question is, what are you, how did you say it? When do you look forward to being pro? And we already talked about December this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he just wanted to know, what's your aspiration to go pro?
The end of this year.
End of this year. So, Jeff, there's your question right there.
I got to start making some money from this.
Hell yeah. All right, here we go. Somebody wrote in, okay, and I'm glad to see you making a name for yourself, Jew.
Okay.
They call you Jew?
Yeah, that's my nickname growing
Jew.
up. No relation.
No, right? No religion affirmation either, by the way, right? When is your next fight, and what can we expect from your next versus your previous one? Now, if you don't want to give dates or anything, that's fine, but what are you going to do different?
My next fight's soon, sometime early summer. And, man, you can expect fireworks, I guess. I mean, I'm trying to whoop ass every fight.
Yeah. If it's not...
Maybe more grappling.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. It
But
depends on who I'm fighting.
That's not up to you. It's up to your opponent. If he wants to grapple, let's grapple. If not, we're just throw hands all day, right?
No, that is up to me.
Oh, is it?
If I want to grapple you, I'm going to take you down.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I mean, I guess it is kind of up to him, too, because if he's a D1 wrestler and he doesn't want to go to the ground, then maybe he won't.
What does D1 mean?
Division 1, like college wrestler. He's got really good grappling skills.
Got it. That's more of folk style wrestling, right?
I think college is
Greco.
I think it's Greco.
Freestyle?
Freestyle. I think there's multiple different wrestling in college.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of college wrestlers go into MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even, remember, what's his name? I was going to say Kurt Cobain. Kurt Angle. Remember from WWF?
Yeah.
He was a college wrestler.
Did he go into MMA?
Yes. No. He went to wrestling, to WWE. Yeah, that's right.
But no, they say that wrestling's the best base for MMA.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Absolutely. Or boxing.
Yeah, you know what? I think that a lot of, if you look at a lot of the most recent champions, a lot of them are primarily strikers.
Yeah.
Ilya's like a boxer, really. Yeah. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira.
Yep.
All these guys are striking based.
Yes.
So maybe MMA is going through a great shift where great strikers, the new best base for MMA is going to be striking. That's what it seems like it's going into.
Got you. What do you think of bare knuckle fighting? Would you ever do that?
Oh, no.
What?
No.
Dude, just take the gloves off. It's the same thing, right?
Have you seen their faces after
I know,
the fights?
dude. Fucking Mike Perry.
Oh, dude. Doesn't make any sense.
We actually had Daniel Alvarez at Machete. He's right there in front of you.
Yeah. I sparred him.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's good. He's real good.
He's a bare knuckle fighter. And then we had Nadine Too Much. She's also a bare knuckle fighter.
Okay.
She showed me her picture. I went like to,
Dude. Looks like they got hit with a machete.
Exactly. El Machete. What's up, Daniel Alvarez? Hell yeah. Wow. So you wouldn't do that?
No.
100,000?
No. You mean like 100,000 right now?
100,000 right here, bro.
Like right now?
Right now.
Yeah, I would.
You okay?
Yeah, right now I would. But assuming I'm like 35 and I've had like a great MMA career.
No, right now.
Right now I would 100%.
Not right now, like this moment, but
I know, but like a camp for 3 months.
A camp for 3 months.
Oh yeah,
Would you
I'll
really?
Yeah.
What if you love it?
Then we'll probably have a problem.
What if you taste the blood and you're like, you know what, MMA, thank you, it was a good run, but I'm a bare knuckle fighter now.
That would be trouble.
The thing is, you know what's funny is, I think all of us have been bare knuckle at one point.
Yeah,
because we used to fight in high school.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I scrapped in high school a couple of times, and guess what? Let me get my gloves. No, we're throwing bare knuckles, bro. Bare knuckles.
But also, I mean, we're throwing bare knuckles, but we're also at that time not trained athletes.
No, we're not.
So there's a difference.
We're just throwing haymakers and shit.
Right.
And hopefully something lands. Right. What made you decide to get into MMA, and how old were you when you started training? Once again, subscriber question.
So I was 19 when I started Muay Thai training. I started grappling jiu-jitsu. I think I was 23 or 24.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing that made me want to get into MMA is, dude, I just want to get paid. I want the clout. Everything that's good from fighting.
Yeah.
Is within MMA.
Okay.
Like if you want money, you got to do MMA.
MMA.
Boxing, there's money in boxing, but boxing kind of
it takes a long time,
and it takes a long, and it's very dangerous.
Yes.
Which is kind of crazy to say. The MMA fighter saying boxing's dangerous, but it is. Intuitively, you wouldn't think that boxing is as dangerous as MMA, but it's actually more dangerous.
Yeah.
Anyways, If your discipline's Muay Thai, if your discipline's Jiu-Jitsu, if your discipline is any of these various martial arts, and you want to make money and make a name for yourself in martial arts, you have to go the MMA route.
Got it.
Unless you're like 120 pounds and you can go fight for one championship, you know, for Muay Thai.
Yeah. Do you coach?
No. I mean, I've coached a class or two before, but I'm not like a coach.
You're not a coach. You're just a student.
Yeah.
Got you. Here's another subscriber question. When were our fighting? Okay, I'm just reading exactly how they say. I'm just going to paraphrase it then.
Sure.
When fighting, do you mentally block the pain from hits, or is it the adrenaline? Because I see you guys get hit, and it's like the video you showed me.
Yeah.
Well, that guy just said, "Okay, stop playing. Let's go."
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you would have did that to me, I don't think I'd be talking right now.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I think your brain can like shut on a switch or shut off a switch for pain whenever you get into these fight situations.
Yes.
These survival situations. Because I mean, if you think about it, man.
Yeah.
MMA or just fights in general.
Yeah.
It's a simulation of death, or it's a simulation of a death fight, right?
Yeah.
So I think the brain kind of turns that on.
Yes.
Like I don't feel anything.
So it's fight or flight.
It's very rare. I could probably count on one hand. I could probably count on a couple of fingers.
Yeah.
How many times I felt a shot in a fight?
Okay.
Like it hurt.
Where was it at? Your face, liver?
One of my Muay Thai fights. This guy Gerardo. Gerardo, if you're listening, he threw like 20 low kicks at me. And I wasn't feeling them initially, but towards the end, I started to feel the pain from the low kicks.
Really?
So, yeah. But headshots and stuff, I mean, you don't really feel them. Body shots, you can feel. I've never been hit with a good body shot in a fight, but I have in sparring.
Yeah.
And you can feel that for sure.
Got it. Do you watch video of every competitor and train to fight them specifically? Same person that wrote in earlier.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's like anything. It's like, like a football team watching the other team,
right?
The tapes and stuff, or watching yourself. Have you ever watched yourself and said, like earlier, you're just like, I should have did that, but I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, I always do that.
Always. But you're going to be the worst critic, man. You're going to be yourself worst critic. So.
But what was the question again? Do I watch my opponent's training footage or whatever? No, I do. We do, and we game plan for specific opponents. And then
do you like for example, this fighter does specific things, specific fights. Okay, he likes doing this. Mm-hmm. Do you train for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But what happens if he doesn't do it?
Then you got to make up something on the fly.
Yeah.
Well, just like the fight that we watched. Remember we were training that push kick the whole time. Yep. I was training that push kick up the middle the entire camp, and we were going to mix it up with different things. And I throw it once, and he's not in the range, and I never threw it again. So
I think I asked you, did you forget about it? Just like, whatever.
I didn't forget about it necessarily, but when you're in a fight and you're throwing these techniques, you kind of like subconsciously pick up which techniques don't work. And you subconsciously stop throwing them.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking like, oh, this isn't working, I'm gonna stop throwing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I am, but generally no.
Got it. Has there been a command that your coach said and you did it and didn't work, and you're just like, sorry, coach, I'm gonna do this.
And it didn't work. Yeah, my coach is like, left hook, I throw it and get knocked out.
Because
guy just weaves.
It's by the time they say the command, 2 seconds, 3 seconds has gone by already.
Yeah.
So sometimes that command isn't even feasible anymore.
Right.
So a lot of times you're like, sorry, coach, that passed already. I got to do this.
Well, usually when if a coach is calling out good commands, he's calling out commands for against your opponent's tendencies. So something that he's continuously doing throughout the fight.
Because he's looking at a different angle. You're looking straight at him. He's looking at both of you guys.
Right.
So he can see openings. He can see, I don't know.
Like for instance, you're right. Like let's say I keep throwing a low kick, right? And my opponent keeps reaching down to grab the low kick. He keeps reaching down. Yeah. My coach may go high kick, because he can see that he keeps reaching down for the low kick throughout the fight.
Yes.
Versus like it's not usually. It does happen where let's say there's an exchange for like 5 seconds.
Got it.
And your coach sees something. And he's like, throw this thing for this particular exchange.
Yeah.
That does happen, but that's usually not what callouts are for. Callouts are for whenever your coach sees that tendency on and on again. Then he'll call out a technique to go against them.
Got it. Who's your favorite cousin?
Oh. Was this Liz?
Who's your favorite cousin? You are one of my fave people to brag about. I'm so proud of you and happy for you. Love you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I think it was her.
I love you too.
Yeah. So what was her name? To give her a shout out.
Was it Liz? I think
it was
she's
her.
the one that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz. I appreciate it.
Gosh, you're on the podcast, Liz. Hell yeah, you're on the podcast. So, how do you handle nerves or adrenaline before walking into a fight?
So it's weird because my nerves. I have the worst of my nerves like 2-3 weeks out before a fight.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll have some nights where maybe, I'm all alone and it's 11 o'clock and I'm laying in the bed and I'm maybe on my phone and then it just hits me like a ton of bricks. Like, oh fuck, man, I'm about to fight. What am I doing? So on and so forth. And I get real nervous. As far as like the day of the fight goes,
are you numb?
Yeah.
Just mentally numb?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good way to explain it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just fucking not really thinking about anything. Conor McGregor, I remember I was watching this interview.
Yeah.
And he was like, the night of the fight, the face is black. He kept saying the face is black. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a really good way to explain it. Yeah. Like, that's kind of how I feel. Like, the face is black. Like, it's just nothing. Just ready to go, I guess.
Got it.
There's a little. I mean, the nerves come up, some butterflies and whatnot, but I'm not in the back. Like some people, it really hits them in the back. Yeah, like they're in the backstage and they're fucking like, "What am I doing here?"
Okay.
You know what helps me?
Yeah.
What helps me sometimes is I compare my situation because I feel like whenever you're really nervous for a fight, half the time it's because you feel so isolated. Yeah. Like if you talk to fighters and ask them about this, like a lot of times when you're getting ready for a fight or you're in the back, you feel like you're in your own world. Yeah. Like nobody understands like the plight that you're going through right now.
You hear this guy?
But what grounds me is one, I'm like, wait, this fight card that I'm on right now has 30, 40 guys fighting. Yes. So there's 20, 30, 40 other guys that are going through the same exact situation as I'm going through.
Especially if you're the main event, you got to sit back there, throw pads, take a nap.
And am I the bitch of the bunch?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm not. Another thing that helps me too, it's funny. So we have
eventually you'll be the one in the main card too.
Eventually, yeah. That's the plan. What also helps me, funnily enough, we have a girl that trains at our gym. She actually just turned pro. She has like 40 amateur Muay Thai fights. Her name's Susan. Shout out Susan.
Doesn't Ashley Thiner go?
Ashley trains at our gym too.
Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ashley.
But Susan's like, I think she's like in her late 40s or 50, and she's still going after it. And whenever I'm sitting down, like nervous and bitching about the butterflies and stuff, I just think of Susan being 48, 49, 50 years old, and she's out here doing it. Wow. If she's out here doing it.
Was she at WCK yesterday?
Probably. She likes to show up to those things. Okay. But yeah, man, if like, you know what I mean? Like she's out there doing, I know I can. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But that's a bucket list, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. She has like 40 fights.
Oh, 40 fights. Oh, shit.
No, she's in there, dude. She had belts and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's just turned pro, though.
Oh, got it.
But in Muay Thai, a lot of people stay amateur like their whole career.
I think I would, too. Yeah. I'd be 105 or something, or 100 because I don't want to, I don't know.
And then also one thing as well, last thing on what helps with nerves, for me at least, is I kind of tell myself like there is no escape. Like once I'm in the back, dude, it's like there is. What else am I? Because dude, here's the thing.
Once you're walking out,
there's no. What are you gonna do? You're gonna run away?
My bad. I'll see you later. I was just playing though. Well,
because man, like the thing is, dude, like if you, I don't give myself any other options. Yeah, like this is the only option. Yeah. If you give yourself another option, a second option, and out, then it's gonna even make you even more nervous because you're gonna be looking for any way to get to that second option, that out.
You know what? And sometimes the mind just takes over.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just here's a good reason. I go to the gym not because I like to go to the gym, because I don't like to go to the gym. Yeah. So it's just a constant battle every Monday, every Wednesday, every Thursday. I don't want to go to the gym. Yeah. I don't want to go to the gym, but I'm there. Yep. But how do you feel after training?
Good.
You see what I'm saying?
Mentally, physically beat up.
Yeah, physically beat up, but good. It's like, okay, cool. I accomplished something. Yep. Does that make sense? It's like that one admiral says, always make your bed in the morning. No matter how tired you are, no matter how late you are, always make your bed, because that's something that you accomplished. First thing in the morning, accomplished.
I should do that.
Yeah, you should. It makes sense. It makes sense. Whew, man, your mom wrote in.
Oh, God.
Mom,
Don't
I told you.
embarrass me, Mom.
Yeah, man. Let's see. What does your family mean to you, and how has it influenced your MMA career?
I mean, I don't know. I think family is the most important thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's a generic answer. Everybody thinks
Really,
that.
Mom? You hear that? Yeah.
I mean, it's true. It's true. You know,
Yeah.
I think family is the most important thing in life, honestly.
Well, half these questions your family wrote in.
Right,
so
exactly.
They're very supportive. That's good.
I mean, as far as how it influenced, I don't know
No.
how it influences my MMA
well,
career.
I guess let's say
I don't
support.
really know how to answer that question.
Let's say support.
Yeah, I mean, I love the support, but I
Yeah.
actually prefer my family not to be at my fights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has your mom been at your fights?
No.
No?
Nope.
I think she would jump in the ring. Don't be hurting my baby. Bam, bam. No. Ma'am, get off. The referee knocks her down and shit. That's
Like,
my
Mom,
baby.
you're embarrassing me.
Right? Oh my God. Who has been your biggest role model? Same thing, your mom. Role models and sources of support along the way. I think she wants her to say, "You, Mom, it's you. Because of you, Mom, I'm here right now." All right. Who's been your biggest role models and source of support in your fighting career? That's for me.
In my fighting career.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have any particular role models.
Okay.
I mean, my mom's obviously been a great
yeah.
supporter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have any role models,
Yeah.
man. I don't know. I like to pick bits and pieces,
Yeah.
pieces,
Pieces,
me,
yeah.
of multiple individuals and kind of make my own fake
Gotcha.
role model.
I don't have any.
It's kind of, honestly, I think it's kind of a weird thing to have
Yeah.
a role model. I don't really,
Yeah,
unless you're a child.
Yeah, you got Superman, Batman.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But here we go. Question, still your mom. She wrote in. What's your mom's name? Teresa?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, that's right. What's one of your favorite memories from childhood? She's spilling the beans. Teresa, really?
Tiffany.
I'm sorry, Tiffany. I don't know where I got Teresa. Is that your cousin? What was your? No, that was Liz.
I do have a Teresa in the family.
Okay, I think she
don't know if
wrote
they
in.
asked a question,
Probably. That's where I'm sticking. And then also Tiffany, she sent some pictures of you when you were a baby.
Did she really?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh gosh, these questions.
I know, right? It's only questions a mom would ask.
I know,
right?
It's something you got to think about.
Yeah.
Favorite childhood memory.
Memory.
What's a good childhood? I mean, I've had plenty of good.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
like, can I think of one?
What does
good
this have to do with MMA? Really?
Yeah, what the hell, Mom?
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a few. I mean, I used to like to. Funnily enough, my sister used to dress me up with her in like wigs and stuff and put makeup on.
Damn. Wow.
So that's a pretty funny childhood
There it
memory. I'm
is.
like the complete opposite of that
Yeah.
now, but
Hell
that's
yeah.
a pretty funny one. Oh, I got a good one.
Oh, here we go.
That my mom may like.
Let's say
This
your
is
mom.
probably one my mom wouldn't have want to say on the podcast
Okay.
because she would think that it's embarrassing for me.
Okay.
So, and I actually don't remember this one because I was so young.
Okay.
Apparently, one day when I was a baby, my mom heard me and my sister in our room in the cribs. Oh, no. Here, let me restart.
Okay.
My sister was calling out for my mom. My mom's in the living room doing whatever, and we're in our cribs in the room. My sister's calling out for my mom. Mom, Julian. Anyways, my mom comes into the room. She opens the door. She finds shit, poop, plastered all over the walls, all over the baby cribs, everywhere. Apparently, little baby Julian thought it'd be a good idea to rip my diaper off, start digging up in there and playing with it like Play-Doh and wiping it on walls and stuff. So that's a pretty good childhood memory that I actually don't remember.
Yeah. Well,
And my mom would have been able to tell it much better than me.
I'm glad you don't remember that. As a matter of fact, your mom sent pictures, and let's look at these right now. This is the wall itself. There's your crib.
Yeah, right.
Right? When did your dreams start shifting from football to MMA? Because you said you were a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I wasn't playing football anymore, I had to find something else.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a shifting moment.
Okay.
So I only played. Look here. Let's go. Back in time a little bit.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, man, I always had a chip on my shoulder. I wasn't like an asshole kid,
Okay.
right? But I always wanted to like prove how tough I was.
Were you a bully?
No, not at all. Okay. I was like a really shy, like kind of not one of the cool kids, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I wanted to prove how strong and tough I was.
Yeah.
And growing up in school, the way to do that is football. That's like the tough guy sport, right?
Got it.
And fighting wasn't even in my that wasn't in my atmosphere. I wasn't
Did you do
even
high
thinking
school
about
also?
fighting.
High school
Yeah.
football? Okay.
Yeah.
JV or varsity?
No, I was varsity.
Really?
I was good.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So that's how I started playing football.
Okay.
And so then I ended up playing some junior college football, and I got hurt, and my scholarship got cut in half. So I couldn't play football anymore.
Okay.
And I was back at the house, not doing anything, just being lazy, and I wanted to do something. I'm naturally competitive.
Okay.
And I still kind of had that chip on my shoulder, like it's got to be something tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just came across like a UFC fight, and I just started watching it more, and I became a fan. And yeah, man, something just clicked. Like, this is it.
Wow.
This is the next competitive avenue that I should try to explore. And it started with Muay Thai, but the grand plan from the beginning was MMA.
Okay.
But it started with Muay Thai, and then it just snowballed into where we are now.
Did you like Muay Thai better, or is that because you were at Steel? Yeah. No, then MMA.
No. I like MMA more.
You like MMA more, but it's just you just fell into Muay Thai, and I'm just going because you're 7-0, so you were there for a couple years.
So when I started,
Yeah.
my martial arts journey, quote unquote,
Gotcha.
I did some research, and a lot of people online were saying that it's good to build a base in one particular martial art first before you just delve right into MMA. Because then you have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I took that to heart, man.
Okay.
I wanted to become a good Muay Thai fighter, learn how to kick, throw good elbows and knees and all that good stuff. And so that's why I started with Muay Thai.
Is there any footage of your Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Is there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send you some stuff.
If you don't mind, just a short clip so I can just superimpose them in the video.
Yeah.
And let's see, one more from Moms. Let's see, if you can go back 20 years, so that puts you at 16. No, six.
Hey, Ruben.
I thought 36. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry. What advice would you give your younger self?
Be disciplined.
Be disciplined?
Dude, I didn't learn how to be disciplined till I was fucking like 22.
I didn't learn how to be until I was in my 30s, man. It's called Iraq.
I'm still kind of learning.
Yeah.
But I was fucking around like all through school. I barely passed my classes.
Yeah.
I barely made it.
D's get degrees, just to let you know.
Yeah, D's get degrees. Yeah, man, I just, I would probably instill more discipline in myself as a kid.
But the thing is, you'd be at 6. At 6, our mentality's not there.
Yeah.
If you were to look back at me and say, Ruben, what would you tell yourself 20 years ago? I would say stop chasing girls.
Right.
Yeah, because that was my thing. I love the women. That makes sense.
And that'll tear you down.
That would tear you down and make it go broke. That makes sense. I told my wife before I got married, I said, babe, before I married you, I was rich. Now I'm just happy. Yeah. I got no more money, but I'm happy, baby. I'm happy. Just playing. And here's another subscriber question. So, Mom, thank you so much for the questions. Tiffany.
Thank you, Mom.
I appreciate that. Let's shift to another one. Let's give someone else a chance. Stop hogging up the questions there, Tiffany. Damn it.
Teresa.
Yeah, right. Liz, all right. If you can fight any UFC fighter, past or present, to get into the UFC.
Who
would you fight?
The worst UFC to get into the UFC, the worst one.
Okay, who would it be?
I don't know. Whoever the worst UFC fighter, CM Punk. I'll fight CM Punk to get into the UFC.
Got it.
But that's kind of a silly question because if it's to get into the UFC, I'm with the easiest path.
Yes.
Right?
That's true.
Now, if you're asking me if I could fight any fighter in the UFC.
Yeah, Paddy Pimblett, it's Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They weren't specific to where.
Yeah, now, if the question is if I could just fight any UFC fighter, then I would probably choose. Dude, I want to fight Ian Gary. You know what's funny? Do you know Ian Gary?
No. Is there cans in UFC?
Yeah. Not a lot, but there's been cans, and I'm sure there's still. Most guys in UFC aren't going to be cans, but there's definitely some guys that probably shouldn't be there.
Low tier, yeah.
Ian Gary, he just fought yesterday. He's like an up and coming welterweight.
Is that the welder?
Welter? No, that's a different guy. Anyways, I had a dream like 2 years ago that I was fighting Ian Gary.
Really?
Yeah, and I told people at my gym. And I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm gonna fight Ian Gary at some point.
Oh shit.
So if 3 to 4 years from now, if I'm scheduled for Ian Gary, then let's reference this interview.
Hell yeah. Let's manifest it right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, Canelo, I'm coming after you 10 years from now. Because I'm trying to do the math. I'm going to be older than him. Yeah. Hell yeah.
He's still going to whoop your ass.
There you go. What's one thing most people don't know about you? And if it's a secret, don't worry about it. Don't say it. But if,
okay.
Yeah, what's one most thing that people don't know about you?
I think most people don't know that I'm a nerd.
Oh, yeah?
Dude,
what's your nationality?
So I'm black and white. The white is Dutch and Italian.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean, I guess most people don't know that about me.
Yeah.
Most people think I'm just black.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, can't you see I'm like caramel skin
Dominicano
color?
Chico. Right? You get that Dominican or...
I've gotten that before.
Yeah.
People think I'm Egyptian. I've gotten Egyptian.
Oh, I see it. It's your nose.
You think so?
It's your nose. You got a pointy
Why?
nose.
It's pointy?
Yeah, it's pointy. Yeah.
I've gotten Egyptian. I've gotten various like Middle Eastern countries.
Hey, but Habibi, how you doing, my
I've
friend?
gotten that. I've gotten Puerto Rican, Dominican, all that
Wow.
stuff. But most people don't know that I really be gaming like that. Like after this, like, cause it's Sunday, I have nothing to do. I'm gonna go home, smoke a joint, and play some, probably some Oblivion.
There you go. I used to have my beard long.
Okay.
And every time I went to the mall or wherever, the people would come up there, oh, my friend, you from Iraq.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm like, no. What's your nationality? And I'm like, oh, American. I'm from the United States. Oh, you're not from Iraq. You're not a...
Really?
Habibi. I'm like, no, I'm not Habibi.
Well, it's probably the suit, too.
Well, no, it's the beard.
The beard and the suit.
I mean, I look like Osama bin Laden with that beard.
Oh, really? It was like that?
It was like this, bro. So everyone, oh, my friend, you from Iraq. Where are you from? Yeah, so... What's your fight and meal ritual? I'm sorry. What is your fight night meal ritual?
Gotcha. I don't really have I mean, I eat Jersey Mike subs.
Really?
Mike sub, yeah.
Philly cheesesteak?
No, fuck no. No, all that cheese and grease. No, I get a nice clean one.
Okay.
I get the turkey sub with the tomatoes and the lettuce and the onion. No oil.
Got it.
No vinegar.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Okay.
You got it for fight because I eat Jersey Mike subs like every day for lunch.
Okay.
So, whatever you're eating fight night.
Jersey Mike, sponsor him, please.
Please. Come
Yes.
on, I need money. Whatever you're eating fight night, it's got to be something your body's used to. You know what I mean? Like, you can't eat something that you're not used to, and then you're going to be all fucked up during the fight.
Got it. What about fight day?
Oh, I thought that's what that meant.
Fight night. I mean, meaning... Well, because the fights
night.
are at night.
Right.
You know what I assumed? The night before. That's what.
Oh, the night.
before.
Okay. Yeah. No, the night before, man, because you're trying to put the weight back on.
Yeah.
Man, I like Italian food, pasta, sushi
For the carbs, right?
for the carbs. Sushi's great. You know. That's actually all my fights. After weighing in, I've always eaten either some sort of sushi or Italian food.
Got it.
That's it.
Got you. What gear or equipment can you not live without?
None.
None?
I could live without any gear.
Well, the last one we had Tina, she said her mouth guard. She don't want to get...
You could throw away my mouth guard right now
Yeah.
and give me one you got off the shelf 5 minutes ago and I'll be fine.
Have you seen, and maybe it's happened to you, during a fight, the mouth guard falls off?
Yeah.
That makes sense. How soon do they catch you and stop the fight? Or
Dude, I've seen some of those where the mouthpiece falls out and the ref just lets the fight go on for like another 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
do you think you didn't see it?
Sometimes I think they don't see it, but I think sometimes they don't want to stop the action.
Yeah.
But I think if the mouthpiece falls out, unless they're like literally like mid punch,
Yes.
you got to stop it and give them their mouthpiece back. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. What is the best advice you got to go pro? Like if somebody sat you down and says, all right, you want to be here by December, this is what you have to do, or don't do this, don't get cocky, don't use a Batman voice when you go pro. I don't know. A lot of people say this, like you got to be all in. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But but again, I don't even really know what that means because I feel like I'm all in right now, but I still have a job.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm not all in because I work this job?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm all in, but I do other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like Demetrius Johnson, the flyweight GOAT, you know Demetrius Johnson,
Yeah.
right? He worked a full-time job all the way up until he became like a champ, I think.
Oh, wow.
If I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he was like a construction dude until like 10 fights into the UFC.
Does your work know that you fight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Are you like the popular one at work or?
Yeah.
Right?
I just walk in like
Yeah,
this with my
what's up?
lats all big.
Hell yeah. You got your gloves on.
Yeah, no, they know. So my job, I don't like walk in anywhere.
Yeah.
Or I don't have like a workplace that I work at. So
Are you remote?
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. So with my job, I like go to different dealerships, and I pitch our our program.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, everyone knows I fight. All my dealers I work with know I fight.
Oh,
everybody
cool.
that I work with, they all know I fight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is pretty dope.
Hell yeah. If you don't buy from me, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. All right? I'm going to put you in a half guard until you say yes. The same way Jeff had you in a headlock. You better get on this podcast.
Exactly.
Right? Do you still fight for fun, or does it feel more like a job now because you've been doing it for so long?
I don't. People ask that question like, is fighting fun?
Yeah.
It's fun when you're whooping someone's ass.
Yes.
Like, that's fun.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it's fun or work for me. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just a competitive dude. Like, I just want to get in there and make it happen. I just want to win. I don't think training's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys that like, oh man, I just love to train.
Yeah.
I hate training. I don't hate it. You know what I mean? But I don't, if I could fight and have the same success without training, I would take that route.
No shit.
well, but if you ask a lot of guys that,
Yeah.
a lot of guys will be like, oh, I love the process. I
Yes.
love training. And I'm like, bullshit.
That's just a being
I
cocky.
only train hard because
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking lose.
Yeah.
And fighting is fun, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's more so I'm a competitive guy and I just want to win
Yeah.
and nothing's better than the euphoria of getting your hands raised after a fight. You know what I mean? After winning.
Of course.
But no, it's not fun, quote unquote, but I love to do it. And
It's enjoyable.
It's not work. It's enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's not like work. At
Got
all.
it.
No.
That's good. That's good. I think once it starts to feel like work, that's the time to be like, I think it's time for me to
Right.
either start coaching, get out of this industry.
Right.
That makes sense. But all right. Well, those were the subscriber questions. So thank you everybody that wrote in. There were some more on here, but I already had mentioned them, so I didn't want to sound redundant. So if you don't mind, let's do this. We're almost done. Let's get into some rapid fire, one-word answers.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap it up. How does that sound?
Cool.
Cool, man. Who hits harder at Steel MMA?
Oh shit.
Who hits the hardest?
Yeah, I got your question. I would say, God, I don't want to get this wrong. Alex hits pretty hard. Alex Harada.
I'm actually having him on the podcast next month.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's someone on the tip of my tongue that I'm not thinking of.
He's also done Tough Enough.
Alex?
I think he has.
No. He's a Muay Thai guy.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
I would say Alex. I think that's fair.
Alex?
He kicks the hardest, I'd say.
Okay. Cool. You hear that?
Other than me, of course.
Oh, of course. The answer was you, so you failed.
Yeah.
All right. Knockout or submission?
Knockout.
Striking or grappling?
Striking.
Morning training or night sessions?
Night session.
Why
I
nights?
hate training in the morning.
Really?
Dude,
If
don't
I can
like
train in
getting
the
up
morning,
all
I would
early
train.
and-
Yeah.
I'm not a morning guy.
Oh, I am, bro.
I'm a night owl.
I'm up at 4:30 every day.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, well, it's a military thing.
Sure.
It's a military thing.
Right.
Now, you would think, knock on the Valiant's door, open the door, but they don't open until like 9, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm already at work. Fight camp or fight night?
Which one do I prefer?
Yes.
Fight night.
Fight night, just to get it
Yeah.
over with, right?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Gi or no gi?
No gi.
No gi. Why? More room or?
Well, because, bro, with the gi on, there's some techniques that wouldn't work if we didn't have the fucking gi on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I didn't have this big old fucking pajama sweater on with these pants, you wouldn't be able to choke me with the thing like that.
Got
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or hold me down in certain positions.
Got it. MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or Muay Thai?
MMA.
MMA. Do you believe the earth is flat?
The Earth is flat. Hitler escaped to Argentina.
Oh, she's still alive,
did
right?
I just get your podcast?
We just got
canceled for saying
canceled.
that?
That's it. They canceled all your fights. You're done. It's just one of those sarcastic.
When are we going to get into conspiracies?
I know,
That's
right?
what I thought this entire podcast was about.
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
That's funny that you bring that up because lately I've been on an alien tip.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I've just been really interested in stuff like that.
Have you ever watched that show Ancient Aliens?
Yes, I have. The ancient alien stuff. I mean, look, if there's aliens, then there probably was aliens back in the past as well, right?
Yeah.
But have you seen like the press conference that this guy David Grush? You saw this, right?
Yep.
And then you hear these stories of these.
The only reason I watched it because of that lady over there.
Oh, she's into it too?
If you brought out to it'd be another podcast.
Really?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Dude, well, it's just like, do we? It's crazy because this guy held this.
You see how I'm frustrated I'm getting?
Well, listen.
Yeah.
This guy held this press conference, right?
Yeah.
And he said that the government has crash and retrieval programs for UFOs.
Really?
He said that we have found alien biologics, he calls it, bodies.
Yep.
He says that we currently have, the government has in their possession alien UFOs that we're trying to reverse engineer as we speak.
Yeah.
He said all these things under oath.
Yeah.
Now, do we think this guy's just a fucking lunatic?
That's
Or-
what I think.
You think so?
That's what I think. Did you see the press conference with the Canadian government saying the same damn thing?
Well, okay. Well, now you got corroborating stories,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like, is everybody just crazy, or is
But
there
who
a kernel of
believes
truth?
the government? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, but he's going against the government.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the government doesn't want these things to come out.
Got you. What about ghost? Do you believe in ghosts? And I'm not talking Casper. I'm talking about what is it called? Spiritual beings and well, I forgot the other name.
Sure. I think
Poltergeists.
so. I think so.
You think so?
I think maybe not ghosts in the way that I think that there's a spiritual realm, right? Like, I don't think that the only thing that exists in reality is physical stuff.
I think it lives in you. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
My grandmother died. She still lives within me. I listen to her voice. I see her in my dreams.
Sure.
You know, a lot of times people interpret that as ghosts.
Sure. Yeah.
I just think it's just a very strong memory. That makes sense.
Sure,
but
that could be the case.
you see what I'm saying? But it's one of those, oh shit, did you see that?
Yeah.
It's like somebody walked by. I don't know.
Yeah. You could be right.
Yeah, I don't
Ghosts,
know.
I think ghosts are a little bit more on the fringe than aliens.
It is. I mean, I was in Iraq, and obviously there's a lot of things out there. And one thing that a lot of people said, oh, there's ghosts in there. So every time we went in to clear a building, well, where's the ghost?
Right.
That makes sense. Maybe because I'm expecting to see it, it doesn't come out.
What do they call them? Jinns. Right?
Jinns?
Like, that's like the Arabic word for like ghosts.
Okay.
Jinn.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not. I don't know.
No idea. I don't know. I always say this. If you don't believe in it, it doesn't exist. But like I said, if you talk to that lady that's sitting on that counter and you start talking about ghosts, you'll be here till tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. I'm like, babe, okay.
Wait, so you don't believe in aliens?
I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in ghosts.
Wait, hold on. So you think in this huge universe with its billions and trillions of planets and millions of galaxies and all these different solar systems and whatnot, you don't think that there's any other life forms? Excuse me. Come on, Ruben.
No. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to, think like Julian. I don't know. I'm pretty sure somebody's hiding something from us.
Right.
That makes sense. Like you said, that guy that said that, okay, we have biological things. We have spaceships that landed and we had to hide them from the people, blah, blah, blah. I would have to be a firm believer. But now with social media, now with everybody having a camera, now with everybody have access to things.
It's like how we've never seen it before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You would think it'd be, you see what I'm saying? Like you said, I edit my videos. I can edit somebody standing in the background. That makes sense. But I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, think about this.
Yeah.
The Vatican still has secrets hidden deep underground that have never seen the light of day. And these secrets that they hold, certain books and scrolls and whatnot, they've held on to since like the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
and they still haven't came out to public view.
Yeah.
So we can keep secrets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you get the right group of guys, you can keep a secret.
You know I'm editing all this out from the podcast. Right? All right, let's go to another rapid question.
Sure, let's do it.
All right. What is the most overrated move in MMA?
Most overrated move. Maybe I don't know, like a single leg takedown, I guess.
Okay.
People love to shoot for single leg takedowns, and I think it uses a lot of energy. And
Yeah.
depending on who you're going against, it's not that very successful.
I've asked a couple fighters this, and they always say overhand right. Overhand right.
Overrated?
Yeah.
I don't know. You land an overhand right, you're knocking someone out.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody tries to do.
Sure.
But not everybody gets it.
Right. You got to set it up right.
They set it up. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Have you ever thought about quitting mid-fight? And obviously I know the answer, but...
Hell no.
No.
Not even an inch.
Favorite fighter?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, hell, that's my favorite fighter. Biggest strength?
My biggest strength?
Yes.
Physically?
Physically, whatever.
I think I have a good mindset.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I ain't got no quit in me.
Okay, good.
As far as physically, I think I have really good balance.
Got it. Protein powder or vitamin supplements?
Protein powder.
Protein powder. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I love pizza. Cats or dogs? And I know the answer already. Dogs.
But I do love cats.
Yeah.
I love cats.
I had cats before, and I love cats. I like cats because they're autopilot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You just put the food bowl on the ground and let them do their
litter
thing.
in the corner. That's it. You never. Oh shit! I forgot I had a cat.
Right.
That makes sense. Dream sponsorship deal.
That's a good question.
And say it to the camera.
Let's say Jersey Mike's.
Really?
Dude, I've spent so much money at Jersey Mike's. They got to give me some
You
sort of reserve,
made him
you know what I mean?
rich, right? That's the only reason why that Jersey Mike's hasn't shut down, because he's supporting them.
For real.
Hell yeah.
So, support me back.
Hell yeah. Well, if you were to eat one sandwich there for the rest of your life, which sandwich would it be?
The California Club.
California Club.
That's right.
Sponsor him.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Are you a sports guy?
No.
No? Okay.
Dude, I played football for like 12 years of my life.
Okay.
I haven't watched a full football game in like 7 years.
Were you born here in San Diego?
Oceanside.
Oceanside. Yes, right. You did say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just throw this out to you.
Okay.
Dodgers or Padres?
I mean, I'd say Padres because I'm from
Diego.
San Diego, but I could care less.
All right. San Diego or L.A. Chargers?
Oh, okay. That's a good question.
San
Diego.
Sean Merriman.
It's got to be San Diego
Yep.
Chargers because that's where they're from.
Yeah.
Are they from San Diego originally or are they from LA originally? I think it's San Diego.
Sure. California.
And it's just more
California.
unique, bro. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Like Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. San
No.
Diego Chargers just rolls off the tongue.
Well, it's like the Oakland Raiders. You're here to Oakland, but they were L.A. Raiders.
Were they?
Yeah, at one point
Back
they
in
were
the day?
L.A. Yeah, back in the day. But Oakland Raiders sounds so much better.
It does.
But now they're the Las Vegas Raiders.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck
Las
is that?
Vegas Raiders.
Los Angeles Chargers, whatever.
Yeah.
Hold a gun to my head and ask me to name you a player from the Chargers right now. I'd be like, dude, just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger.
Right. I couldn't either.
Yeah.
Sean Merriman.
Yeah, but he was San Diego, though.
Yeah, right.
San
right.
Diego. What hurts more, a leg kick or stepping on a Lego? I don't know if you have nieces and nephews.
I guess it depends on who's kicking your leg, but
There you
I'd say
go.
a Lego.
A Lego at 2:00 in the morning. Trying to go to the bathroom because you got to take a piss.
Barefoot.
Yeah. Do you have any children?
No.
No. Okay. Well, when you have kids, tell them make sure they pick up their Legos, right? And the last famous question that we always ask:
Okay.
if you had to fight a Ninja Turtle, who would you fight and why?
I don't know any of the Ninja
No?
Turtles. No, I'm not a Ninja Turtle guy.
Well, there's 4 of them, and I'll help you.
Okay.
There's
Michelangelo.
Michael Orange Pizza.
Okay.
Leonardo is the blue one. He's the leader.
What's his thing?
He
what's
has a
his quirk?
sword.
Okay.
So Michelangelo has the nunchucks. We have Donatello, the purple one. He has the size.
A what?
The size, the little pokey thingies.
Huh. Okay.
Looks like a fork, but there's two
In your hand, like
in your
like,
hand.
like
There's
Wolverine.
something like that. They're
Okay.
called size.
Sure.
Everybody picks Donatello because supposedly he's the weakest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
and
want
it-
the strongest one. Who's the
Raphael,
strongest one?
the red one.
Give Raphael to me.
Yes. Raphael. So we said Michelangelo was the orange one. He has the nunchucks. Donatello has the stick, whatever that is. That stick.
That's badass.
Yes. Raphael has the. I don't know which ones he has. It's been a while for me too.
Who's the toughest guy?
Supposedly Raphael.
Who's the toughest turtle?
Red.
Raphael.
So you're going down with Raphael.
Give me Raphael.
Raphael's your guy. Cool, man. Well, Julian, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for giving me the insight on his transition from Muay Thai to MMA. 7-0, 2-0. Yep. I wish you more zeros.
Thanks, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to look back in December and know either I'm going to hear from your social media or I'm going to hear from Jeff what happened to Julian. Oh, he's pro already. I'm like, fuck yeah.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're not leaving here empty-handed, okay?
What?
Yeah, man. One of the things I always do, and you saw that I was in the Marine Corps.
Right.
What I like to do is I like passing a little bit of the Marine Corps to you guys.
Okay.
That makes sense. So what I did is I give everybody the golden dog tags.
What?
Yes. Okay?
Really?
And it's inscribed. It's personally inscribed on there.
That's badass.
Okay, so where I'm proud. Once again, it's just a little bit about myself.
Nice.
Since I was in the military, so it's like, let me give you a little
Thanks,
piece
man.
of me. Absolutely,
Hell
man,
yeah.
absolutely. So hang on, where I'm proud. Do what you got to do, and if you want to read the inscription right there,
Let's see.
because you are official now.
I was on the Mouth Guard Out podcast hosted by the Taylor.
I'm the Taylor. Hell yeah.
All right.
Cool. And then another thing we do, now that I gave you a gift, I need you to give me a gift too.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you don't mind, man, I would love you to bless the table with your signature. As you see, there's a lot of great fighters here.
Jeff, Nate,
Yeah.
Omar. Oh, yeah.
You know, all those guys, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Eventually, we'll have you as a UFC fighter in here.
right.
And that's when the table's going to be worth more money, too. So I'm going to sell this stuff.
Yeah, right.
If you don't mind, brother, go ahead and bless the table.
All right.
I know you don't have a fighter name, but let's do this. Let's set something up in the future, especially when you're pro. Maybe we can bring you back here and talk about your pro fights. And then hopefully you'll have a name by that time.
Let's do it.
Let's
Sounds
do
good.
it, man. You already signed it?
I did.
Perfect. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, Ruben. I wish I would have browsed something. You want
Yeah,
$5?
let me get your wallet real quick. I take PayPal, Venmo. What other ones out there? Cash App. No, I want to face off.
Let's do it.
That way I can say I faced off with a champ, and then that's what I use for the thumbnail.
Cool.
Cool. All right. If you don't mind, I'm going to move this to the side. Make sure we're still recording. And yes, we are. Here we go. You can take them off if you want.
Oh, just right here across the table?
Just right here. We're going to do it in front of the camera. So make sure I move this out of the way.
Okay, we're going to try to get serious.
So what we're going to do is we're going to look 3 seconds.
Okay.
And then we'll look in the camera for 3 seconds. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, and... Camera. Boom. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. Do you say you smoke cigars?
I will.
Oh, you will?
You have some cigars right now?
Hell
You wanna
yeah,
smoke?
yeah. You want
Let's
to
do
smoke?
it. Yeah.
All right. So guess what, guys? We're going to go ahead part 2. We're going to go ahead and smoke some cigars. But guys, thank you so much, guys. We have Julian. I want to say a fighter name.
I saw you wanted to say something there.
Julian, my special guest, Hicks.
There it
That's
is.
what your fighter name is. Thank you so much. Once again, guys, Ruben the Taylor. We will talk to you guys soon. Peace.